We could possibly be live at this point, or we could possibly not be live at this point. But I'm pretty sure at this point we are live at this. So I do want to sit here and say something. I got a really funny message before the stream started. Matthew Hammond donated $5 to the Elite Ninja Village and says, "What should Sega do to resolve their financial issues? A, go true multiplat. B, sell to Nintendo. C, invest in proper localization for Atlus. Or E, it's fine. I saved the D out of respect for OJ."
All of the above.
Well, man, you weren't here last week. I preferably said some things I probably shouldn't have said.
To Sonic.
I got bodied last week. It was just like,
oh man, I should have been there.
Oh, you can watch you can check out the replay. It's just man, it's not good, Mandy. It wasn't good.
We all need to get bodied one way or another.
Yeah, it was pretty bad though. This one was bad, and then I made it worse. I'm like, I'll take the dude option. They're like, dude, what the hell? Like, you're literally like. And then I tried to damage control myself, saying that. I just kept digging the shot. Then I was like, all right, I'm gonna just take the L. I'm just gonna take the L. Oh my gosh, man. All right. So what's up, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another PE podcast. Obviously, we're having it here. A lot of you guys thought that maybe we wouldn't have the podcast because of stuff that was going on personally for me, but actually, everything is good. Everything is good. So we on that track, my guy. We got the W today, so I'm feeling pretty good. So thank you guys so much for the support and the good vibes over the past week or so. And yeah, we're gonna go get into this podcast. We're gonna start off here. We got our Baron is out, probably getting choke slammed by Undertaker right now. So we won't have Baron today, but we do still have a solid cast of amazing people here. We're gonna start off with my favorite girl, Mandy. Mandy, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good.
I like your shirt that you have on. That's a nice shirt. Is that
Thank you,
Mario Kart? Or no, it's just yeah, Mario Kart. Awesome, good stuff. And then we also have our guest, Tether. Tether Gaming's here. Tether, how you doing today, my boy?
I'm good, man. Been hanging out, playing a bunch of good games. Ready for this podcast.
Nice. All right, and then we, of course, everybody's favorite Fringe, Jordan Fringe is here. Jordan, how you doing today?
I don't know. Maybe there's more fans of like the show Fringe, and I'm not their favorite Fringe. Their favorite Fringe is the TV
you're
show.
Everyone's favorite Fringe.
Well, I'm good. A little bit allergy stricken because of this damn pollen, and I never want to step foot outside now.
And you stink.
The rest of my life. I mean, I don't stink now. I took a shower before it turned off, but my plumbing is
you will stink.
Gone right now.
At some point, you're going to stink.
I can't shower for 2 days. So just remember, when I'm doing the Spawn cast, I'm gonna stink.
Nice.
Well, we can't smell you.
But this podcast, I'm clean.
It's fresh. See
clean.
That's how you. That's what's up, man. Coming fresh to the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm fresh to the podcast.
All right, guys, we got some stuff to talk about. A lot of different stuff to talk about. So we'll get into all of that. We're gonna start off first with Sega. Sega. Why is Sega making as much as me and Jordan? Like combined. Like why do me and Jordan make more than Sega right now?
You do?
Nah, I'm joking. This ain't good.
Oh.
No, I wish I made $23 million.
She was about to be like, cut the check.
Well, yeah, he never donated or anything.
I'll upload once a year if I make $23 million. Yeah, one upload a year. I'll be like, never mind. I was about to make a bad joke. All right. So yeah, basically, Sega's profits are at 23 million for the past year, and this has sent fans one way or another way. Now, here's the thing with Sega. They basically admitted that they're doing all the things wrong that people have been saying. That's the funniest thing. They literally admitted to everything that people have been saying that Sega should be doing for the past 10 to 20 years, I would say. They finally came out and admitted that they're wrong on this one. They finally admitted it. I'd probably say for the past 10 years, everything that people have been saying that they've been doing wrong. They finally admitted. They came out and said, we had miscalculations in the market. We have too many games in development with not actual like games coming out. We had our roadmap fell to shambles because they had a roadmap to 2020 for their sales profits to increase, and sales dropped 70%. So the roadmap, I mean, like somebody took their map and sent them back home because they're in shambles right now. When it comes to their profits and what they want it to do, they're in absolute shambles. They're down 70%. Investors see that, and their investors are freaking out right now. You don't ever want to be down 70% year on year. So that's the issue right now that Sega's facing. They did admit that they need to do more re-releases and remasters, that they're going to start doing that. They admitted that they need to start localizing more games, and they admitted that these fake console exclusives that they give to systems, like, for example, like that going forward, that they're probably going to do more or pretty much all multi-platform releases from PC, mobile to PS5, even then. So that was the case. So I have thoughts on this. Obviously, I talked about it, but I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Mandy, I know you wanted to hop in. Go ahead and say what you got to say.
So I was like kind of in the persona, like I was like, why is Atlus doing all this, blah, blah, blah. And then I figured out they're owned by Sega. I was like, oh, that's why they're so backwards.
They did, however, they did this before they were even owned by Sega. Atlus did weirdo stuff like this too. So.
Yeah, but it's like they're like perfect for each other. But
I know, exactly.
I was like, oh wow, it really makes sense now.
Yeah, it does. You're
so
absolutely.
I gotta do my research, I guess. But Sega has been. I mean, don't they have the Sonic movie? Is that?
Yeah, we'll talk about the Sonic. We'll talk about the Sonic movie.
I mean, it's like Sega always does something, but it's kind of like a great deal version of Nintendo stuff, like in Walmart.
Oh, great value,
version. Yeah.
The great value version. Like that's like the super great value. Like Sonic is the super great value. You know what I'm saying? Like all the other great values are gone. It's the last one, and like the bag is kind of partially ripped open, and y'all know what I'm saying? Like the box is nicked up, and it's like almost like, did somebody mess with? Like, man, but there's only one left. All right, I guess I gotta get it.
Sega is Kmart, Nintendo is Target.
Yes, they that Kmart brand, dude.
They gotta clean themselves up.
Gotta clean it up. All right. Well,
because Sega has a lot of good things, and they have like a headquarters that looks really nice, but they need to, I guess, get people who know what to do behind it, because they could be making bank on just like re-releases or
Sega has the best IPs in Japan outside of Nintendo. I don't think there's like actual own IPs, not this fake license crap that Bandai Namco has. Because like Bandai Namco, they make a bunch of games, but they license too much. They license everything, almost everything that they make. But Sega actually has the best IPs in terms of like their own IPs. I think Sega has the best IPs in Japan. With Atlus, I think it's not even a question. Outside of Nintendo, I think it's easily Sega that has the best IPs. Yet you see nothing. There's like nothing to show for it.
Because they can't localize their things worth a damn.
Everything's dead. All their franchises are dead, or they're not here.
So spend less money on the headquarters and more money localizing.
They don't spend anything localizing.
My opinion, they need to spend something on it.
They should get together with Atlus and start localizing stuff, because I don't know if they have a contact with Sony, whatever happened there, but they could be making bank with ports of Persona 4, 3, and their other games, and 5.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
But they just like, nah. But that's just me though.
I know one thing that'll save them.
Sonic
VR.
Sonic VR.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, Heather, if you wanted to jump in, I mean, what's your thoughts on this whole, Sega profits scramble, Sega 5 profit scramble?
I just think they're just an extremely mismanaged company, and it's sad because I remember when Sega was just as good as Nintendo. Like, I never owned Sega growing up, but I had friends who did, and I would love going to their house playing their Dreamcast as opposed to them coming over playing Nintendo. It was just, it was so dope seeing like another company's take on, a traditional platformer, and just seeing the great things that Sega did. And I don't know what happened to them over the years. And I agree with you, OJ. I think they have the best IPs in Japan outside of Nintendo. Phantasy Star needs to come back. Persona should not be a PlayStation exclusive. I don't understand why.
People keep on saying that they have in the chat. Sorry to cut you off, Brad. I just want to make sure that I put this in there before you give your full thoughts. People keep on saying they might have a deal. They might have a deal. I found nothing, and I've got a contact with that. I have a contact within I'm not going to
just
say
being
that. I have a
backwards.
contact that's very close to the development team of Atlus. That's literally like very close, and he might not be privy to the knowledge because of the department that he works in or the department that the person says that he works in. But I've gotten confirmation from them that he actually has a contact there, and I cannot find anything about Atlus and Sony having paying some type of deal. The only thing that I can find is marketing space. Or Sony will pay. We'll put Persona in a certain spot to be seen more like on PSN at the time. I think there was some commercials or revenue market, like shared revenue splitting or marketing that they did. So it saved Atlus money or saved Sega money on the marketing budget of Persona 5. But there is no actual solid information that I found that Persona 5 was paid for. You know what I'm saying? Or it wasn't even published. It was published by Sega, Atlus. You know what I'm saying? So there wasn't like the hard copies paid for or stuff like that. So if they did, then it's a deal that I would say that Atlus isn't really benefiting much from this deal. All they're doing is losing in my opinion. But then again, you have to remember how far ago this deal was and basically the old school business traditions. But go ahead, Tether. I just wanted to add that in there.
No, you're fine. I mean, I agree with all that. I even looked in to see if there was any exclusivity. I haven't even seen anything to indicate that like Sony handles like distribution for like codes and stuff for the Persona games when they're coming out. So it just doesn't make any sense why in 2019 you have Persona 5 Royal coming out a year before it comes out in the Americas. Like there's no other companies that do that. Square Enix doesn't really do that with their games anymore. They've released them worldwide. For the longest time, Pokemon was one of the games where Japan would get it first and then localization would take forever. And they realized what they have on their hands, so they localize it and release it around the world on the same day. It just doesn't make any sense to me, man.
Because they need time to the voice actors and stuff. I'm like, no.
Oh, I mean, okay, I do get that.
No, I don't get that because Final Fantasy 15 was released worldwide.
That's
and
true.
Lots of other games.
I was just being sarcastic, but yeah, because I get people saying, "Oh, they need time to translate." Dude, we're in 2019. No.
You better put that script in Google Translate and ship it over, boy.
No, then you get that Ease 8 Lacrimosa of Donna translation. No, we ain't trying to have none of that. You guys hear about that when it first came out?
People love Easy.
They love it when it was fixed. Not at first. Okay. It was the translation was really bad.
Like, we don't even need dubs. We could get subs. Some people.
No, the subs were really bad too.
I mean, I'm playing Persona 4 Golden.
Like, go back and look at what happened with Ease 8 Lacrimosa of Donna on the PS Vita and the PS4. It was so bad. Like the company president, they had to literally like pull it and like or like put out a patch, like put out like a big patch to fix it. It was a really bad translation, like horrible.
Wow.
It's like a different game.
It didn't even make sense. It was literally they were saying the wrong thing.
I don't remember.
It was making the plot confusing because people were like, "Wait a minute, what? Like, what's going on here? Like, that's not." Like, it was jacking things up. So like to the point where it was really bad. So yeah, you got to make sure that you localize things correctly. But I mean, like, come on, like Sega. I mean, and what was it? Sega and Nippon Ichi Software or whatever, or Falcom. I mean, the comparison in terms of size of company isn't even close,
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I get it. But I mean, like, Jordan, man, what are your thoughts on this? I'm not sure if you even like Sega's games or anything, but what are your thoughts on this whole matter?
I'm not really the biggest like Sega fan. There's a lot of anything that I really liked from Sega is a dead and gone thing. I'm not the biggest Sonic fan either. I've never been the biggest fan of Sonic games. I'm just not the best player at them, and they don't interest me that much. So, I mean, I think they make a lot of mistakes as a company, and not. I think they would work really well if they were owned by someone else to make games for. Like if they were under the eye of like Nintendo, right? Mm-hmm. I think that they'll have a better quality control of Sonic games. We won't always get like that bad Sonic game every year, and then every once in a while get a good Sonic game. I feel we get better Sonic games year after year or every other year at that point. I feel that Nintendo would help them realize that they have a back catalog of amazing IPs that they can go back to and generate hype for and be exclusives, and being a third-party company is great, but they're not doing anything to benefit themselves because of it. They're not generating hype. The biggest thing they have coming out right now is Sonic Team Racing, which is getting extremely overshadowed by Crash Team Racing. So it's just not, to me, I don't think they're really doing too much to help themselves here in any shape or form. And that sucks, but that's why they're in this situation.
And they just made a movie. Movies aren't cheap to make.
Well, we'll talk about the Sonic movie because there's some new developments on that. But yeah, I mean, I talked about this guy. Some of you guys are asking what can they do. Well, Sega actually told us what they're going to do. Like in their, like they actually explained what went wrong and what they're going to do. They're going to release or focus on their existing IPs, right? So what they do well is stuff like what is it? Stuff like Yakuza, stuff like Persona, Sonic. They're going to focus on those IPs. They're going to localize games more. They're going to do re-releases or remasters more. And they're going to make games multi-platform. That's what you need to do to be successful. These fake, and that's the reason why I say, okay, well, you're sitting there and you're telling me that you have like these big deals and all that. But here's the problem: like when you have these deals, if let's just say they had a deal and that's what got them to have bigger profits before. Okay, then what happens when you've exhausted your fan base on that said system? You know, obviously, whatever deal that they got wasn't good enough. Because look at what's going on now. Like, they're not selling as much as they're supposed to be selling. Imagine the train wreck if Valkyria Chronicles 4, because that game hasn't even sold, like, I mean, I think it sold over 500,000 units, but that's combined between all the different systems.
It's really good, by the way. You should buy it.
Well, imagine if it was only PlayStation 4. Like, how low the sales would have been. Because
it's a Switch game. I don't see myself sitting with the console playing that game.
I know, but what I'm saying is that Sega realized, I think, because, like, Valkyria Chronicles 4, that game wasn't, I don't think that game was supposed to be on the Nintendo Switch, at least not at the time. I think that they said, okay, we're going to add it in because it was staggered. In Japan, the game didn't launch at the same time as the Switch version launched later. And then here in America, we got the game all at once. So I think the Switch version was something that they just added on. They just tacked on to it. And then they also tacked on the Xbox One version as well. I think it was going to be a PS4 exclusive.
Yeah, before then, they always were PlayStation.
Exactly.
Games, right?
With the exception of that piece of crap, Valkyria Revolution, which is retcon from the history of Valkyria Chronicles, by the way. Sega doesn't even acknowledge it.
It was bad.
That game's horrible.
What did they put that
absolutely horrible. Like, it's
but I think Sega needs to, like, put more games on the Switch. That is their console.
I think it needs to be everything, not just Switch. I think it needs to be PC, Xbox One, and Switch. I think it needs to be everything.
Yeah, they really need to focus on the Switch. I know they had their beef with Nintendo, but that was years ago.
Oh, they don't have any.
And,
they don't have any.
Yeah, we have like Joker and Smash and Sonic and Smash. They're good. So just do that and kind of release your games worldwide. Don't just say, here, you have one. And then you have one, and then Europe, you get the other one. No, nobody's going to hype up a game that's, set to release 10 times throughout the year.
Well, I think the biggest thing with Sega is, like I stated before, it should be multi-platform. They should be like Bandai Namco at this point. Like, that should be or Koei Tecmo. Koei Tecmo releases games on everything. And that's why, like, you have a game like Attack on Titan that can do, 1 million units. If you release Attack on Titan on one system, you're not going to do 1 million. Yeah, you'll save money on development budget, but it won't be worth it at the end of the day. Koei Tecmo's realized, yeah, we kind of have to do everything, even Xbox One here in the West, at least. I know Japan, obviously Xbox doesn't get it, doesn't get much sales, so maybe you don't release it there, it's digital only. But when it comes to, like, your games, like Attack on Titan, and when it comes to, Knights of Azure, you have to have multiple different development. You can't just say, okay, we're just going to put this on one, and then you're going to all of a sudden have big profits. Yeah, you'll have big profits for a bit, but then what happens when that runs out? Because I guarantee you, if Persona 5 was on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC, it'd probably be around 7 to 8 million units sold. It'd probably be in that range, which would cover your development costs of doing, that would cover it. Because Xbox One and PC, they're the same thing. Okay, Switch would only be maybe your added cost on there, but I think it would outbalance that based off of how many people would buy the game on Switch because of the type of game that it is, like we saw with Persona 4 Golden. So I think that Sega didn't realize this, and this is what they call that market miscalculation. That's what they really meant to say was, you know what, we messed up in how we decided to what platforms get games. That's what market miscalculation means.
It's not only that, it's just like Japanese exclusive for a set amount of times, and then it re-releases worldwide or something. They need to stop that because
getting everything out on time. Yeah. They did say that in the report. They said that they want to. And guys, we'll get to the super chats and also to the donations. Thank you, I appreciate that. We'll get to that in just a bit once we switch topics. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Mandy. You know, they need to get everything like worldwide releases. It can't be like, you know, like you were saying, like 6 months later we get the game, you know, down here, and then like 5 months later this area gets it. Yeah, they did say that they want to do more, you know, worldwide releases and get stuff out on time, because like look at, I mean, I think Brandon, you talked about Persona 5 Scramble, or not Persona 5 Scramble, Persona 5 Royal. It's like, oh well, Japan gets it in like what, October?
A year.
Yeah,
and
then it's coming 2020,
sometime in 2020. It's like now there's spoilers. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people that are gonna get the game and they're gonna play through all this stuff, and then we're gonna see all the Royale stuff.
Catherine.
Huh?
And then
all
the
the
game
new
is
features
probably
in Catherine.
Yeah.
They get
like
Catherine now, right? Don't they already have the new Catherine out there in Japan?
Did we get Catherine already? Or
No, we're getting that in September.
It's out.
See,
like
that's ridiculous. The game's been out for months.
That's what, like, PQ too. That game has been out for months in Japan, and we still don't have it.
What game?
That thing has been done. Like Persona PQ, the 3DS one.
Oh yeah.
Q2.
Right. Yeah.
The last 3DS game standing. It's like
last 3DS game standing. R.I.P.
Yeah. So that's sad.
So yeah, it is what it is. All right. Let me read off some of these super chats and some of the donations here. So shout outs to Ethan R. He did donate, Ethan R with these weird donations. He donated 2.99 donations. I think he has free super chats or something like that. 2.99 donations with no messages. And then Juan Castillo, 212 with the Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. Or tier 1 subscription. No, that's not a Twitch Prime. That's actually him doing a tier 1. So thank you. I appreciate the subscription. And then also Ethan R with the 4.99 through super chat and says, feeling cute, might use up my free super chats. Okay. Thank you for the 4.99. And then also Ethan R donated a 4.99 through super chat and says, Borderlands series is trash because it's too slow and has bad comedy, and the gameplay reveal of 3 did not sell me on it because it's too much guns.
No, he's only saying that because he's trying to piss me off. Yeah, that's all he does is try to piss me off.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to piss you off.
It's not gonna work, Ethan. We already know you're a little trash scum in the comments, so it's fine. It doesn't bother me, dude.
K19 donated $2 through super chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sheik and Zelda look upon everyone, even if you're trash scum in the comments. Sheik and Zelda look upon you, Ethan. I love you. I disagree with your opinion on Borderlands, though.
It's not even like a bad take. It's just like wrong. It's just a wrong comment.
Borderlands series is trash because it's too slow and it has bad comedy, and the gameplay reveal of 3 did not sell me on it because it's too much guns.
Okay, literally the guns is the whole selling point of the game, and it's not a slow game at all. The momentum is even faster in 3.
There's no way.
Like, Ethan R, there's other games. I could.
He's not.
You a bunch of games.
He said there's too many guns. Like, he's not serious.
I understand that. You got some Marios and Zeldas. I could show you which one you like.
VC says Capcom IPs are greater than Sega IPs. Monster Hunter, Street Fighter, Phoenix Wright, Resident Evil, and so many more great. Yeah, Capcom has a great staple of IPs too. Capcom has a great staple of IPs. I just feel that Sega, with what they've got, I think that they've got a lot. They've got a lot of IPs that they don't use. I think Capcom uses their IPs more, so you see that more so than Sega. But Sega, Sega owns Bayonetta. The friend.
Mm-hmm.
They own Bayonetta. They also own Vanquish, and they also own Mad World.
They own a lot.
They own like the Renaissance or Resonance or Fade, whatever that game is. They just don't use their IPs. But Sega owns all of those platinum games titles that when they first became platinum after they left from Clover. Sega owns all of those franchises. So you got to think about it that way. A lot of people think of Bayonetta as Nintendo, but Sega actually owns the rights to that franchise.
Nintendo treats Bayonetta better than Sega ever would.
That's true. You're right about. No, you're absolutely right about that. But I mean, if it wasn't for Sega, Bayonetta wouldn't exist.
Sega and Sonic. That's all I see. Sega Sonic.
Yeah, I mean,
some games here and there, but it's always like comes back to that blue ball for.
I mean, and Sega also has. If Sega really Sega has Shining Force, which is actually an amazing franchise. They're just dumb. Sega also has Skies of Arcadia. That's another amazing franchise.
A great game.
They won't. I'm telling you, these franchises are really good. They're just as good as what Capcom has. Just Capcom uses their franchises a bit better, which is sad. But it's because Capcom doesn't use their franchises at times too. But Sega actually owns a lot of dope franchises. They have Jet Set Radio or Jet Grind Radio. They have Crazy Taxi. They have Golden Axe. Dude, Sega has dope IPs, man. Like they've got Comic Zone. They've got Vector. I think, do they own Vector Man? I'm not sure. No, I don't think they own Vector Man. I don't think they, never mind. They don't own that. But dude, Sega has so many good IPs that are just dead at this point. You know? They own Streets of Rage, which there is a new Streets of Rage coming. But imagine if they actually tried a bit more and it wasn't just like they're letting another company do, they're kind of letting another company make Streets of Rage. Like, imagine if they actually said, we're going to make a nice, high quality Streets of Rage, they like Virtual Cop, what was it? The fighting game that they have as
Virtual Fighter.
Yeah, Virtual Fighter. I mean, dude, Sega, you guys, the reason why people are going to say Capcom is because Capcom actually just makes more games. But if Sega said, we're going full force with our IPs, I kid you not, I think they have way more and way better IPs than
they would dominate the West.
Oh, absolutely.
Under Nintendo, but yeah, they would dominate.
Yeah,
it's just.
I think it just speaks to the issue. Like, when's the last time we had a bad Mario game as opposed to a bad Sonic game? It's just.
Well, Mario games are always good, but they're subjective as to which one's better.
Well, I mean, not bad. I mean, universally accepted as a bad game. Sonic 06, universally accepted as a bad game. Sonic Forces, most people think it's a bad game. I played through Sonic Forces. It's 3 hours long.
So yeah, I mean, Nintendo games have that seal of quality.
Well, some people are saying that sticker. They're talking about Sticker Star and stuff like.
No, that's just.
Oh well, I mean, okay.
Which those aren't bad games. People just compare them to
the originals.
To the originals, which they're not good. But in the grand scheme of things, are those games trash tier? Are they horrible, glitchy, buggy, horrible games that aren't good at all? No, but people, I mean, you compare it to 1,000 Year Door, you're oh, this sucks compared to 1,000 Year Door. But is it a bad game? No, we just don't like it. We just don't like it. We just don't like it because compared to what it did before, So at least that's my thought process on it. But either way, I think I guess that's a discussion for another day, I guess. But I personally think if Sega actually decided to say, hey, we're going to use our IPs, I think they would just, like I said, imagine a modern Shining Force. Imagine that. That would be really good. Or imagine an action game. Imagine an action game like Golden Axe, that, but a modern action game, but with how Golden Axe used to be. That'd be dope. They tried to do it and it sucked though. I think on the 360 or PS3. They actually got a few.
I never knew about that.
But yeah. I think they tried to make a modern one and it was kind of trash. They got Altered Beast. Yeah, that's true. They got Altered Beast. They got some stuff, man.
I just want to reply to a bad comment from a paid enthusiast. Tag me and says, it's no excuse as to why Borderlands games aren't on the Switch. These games are on the Vita, for Christ's sake. First of all, first correction, only Borderlands 2 is on the Vita, and it was a really bad port of it, and it was a very dumbed down version. Still playable, but not a great experience.
That was ported also by Sony, paid for that port.
That wasn't on them. Yeah. And the reason there is an excuse why the Borderlands games aren't there, when asked, Randy Pitchford says yes, he wants Borderlands on the Switch in some capacity. There was supposedly some talks a while ago that they were trying to get it on there. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but it seems like it's not on their side. It's more of Nintendo's side, or unless Randy just wants a better deal cut of it. But at least they're putting Bulletstorm on there, and I think that's a test before Gearbox puts anything else on the Switch. So please know your facts before you try to come out with statements.
That's a weird
Also,
test,
Baron's here.
What's up, Baron?
His mic is...
Well, he's muted, but he's here.
He's come and talk about
When he's ready, he's ready.
It's he comes out of nowhere.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm definitely ready. Okay, I'm ready because I heard some bull listening to y'all talk, man.
What'd you hear, bull? What'd we say?
Look. First of all, I'm gonna get the Ultra Instinct Jordan in a second about that Borderlands garbage. But first, I got to talk about this garbage. You saying that Sega got better IPs than Capcom? Have you
I
lost
said
your
it's
mind?
arguable. I said it's arguable based on what
No,
they have.
you have lost your mind. There is nothing that Sega owns that is bigger than Resident Evil. Period.
From a financial standpoint.
I don't. No, let's not get ticky tacky and let's not start splitting hairs.
No, I just want to know. Like, I'm not.
I don't give a
disagreeing with
damn
you.
how much money Sonic makes Sega. Sonic is freaking trash.
I'm just saying, like,
He's been
Sega owns
trash for
Bayonetta.
decades.
Sega owns
I don't
Bayonetta.
care. Well, technically, yeah, they do own the IP. Yeah, they do own that. But Bayonetta's only 2 games in. I love my boo. Trust me, I love my baby. She's one of the greatest of all time, but she's only 2 games in.
They own Mad
They have
World.
nothing
They own
that is
Mad
bigger
World.
than Resident Evil. What?
They own Mad World.
I love Mad World too, but we talking about Street Fighter. We talking about Resident
They
Evil.
own Shining Force.
Come on, look, I'm not doubting you, but I'm not doubting that they have some things that they can actually use and actually build up.
Crazy Taxi.
You
Skies
know,
of Arcadia.
If you say Crazy Taxi one more time, I'll reach through this phone.
Bro,
Crazy
Skies of
Taxi.
Arcadia.
Nobody cares about Crazy Taxi, but I would love to see Skies
Damn it.
of Arcadia again. I would love to see a Virtual Fighter. I would love to see Virtual Cop again. But that doesn't compare to a Resident Evil. That doesn't compare to a Street Fighter.
Why
Come
would it
on,
not?
About Crazy
Dude,
Taxi.
Street
To be
Fighter
fair,
5 is
Capcom has
trash.
made their
Street Fighter
Capcom.
5 is trash.
Yeah,
Virtual
Street
Fighter is a
Fighter
much
5 is
better
trash.
fighting game.
I'm
than
talking
Street
about
Fighter
the franchise as a whole because you're talking about their franchises as a whole. A lot of those franchises we ain't seen in forever. But we going off based on the repetition of what they had before. You
No,
just
it's
can't
very-
count Street Fighter 5 and
have-
just say that's it for Street Fighter.
I have VC tell me I'm wrong. No, I'm not. I'm not wrong at all. No,
You
it's my
are wrong.
opinion. It's my opinion that Bayonetta.
You are
Mad
wrong,
World,
sir.
That their
You are
franchises
wrong.
are just because Resident Evil. You guys like Resident Evil. That doesn't mean it's all of a sudden better than Bayonetta because it's had more games.
Oh, wait, no, hold up.
Bayonetta is just as good as any Resident Evil game that's came out.
Listen, look, I'm gonna tell you, Bayonetta is on the same quality level as Resident Evil. Yes, but
Okay.
Bayonetta's only 2 games in.
Okay, but that
Resident
doesn't mean
Evil-
that IP's not as good. We're talking about right now.
Bayonetta, as of right now, cannot eclipse the Resident Evil franchise. That's just
Bayonetta
impossible.
has less bad games than Resident Evil.
I mean,
Yeah, it's 2 for
she
2,
only has
right?
2 games. This is the same discussion I
both
have
good, right?
with these PS4 ons when it comes to The Last of Us. The Last of Us has 1 game, but they want to put The Last of Us over this historic franchise that's always been critically acclaimed. Last of
But
Us has
it's 1
1
for
game.
1.
You can't put it on nothing. You can't put it over anything. They have 1
It's
game
1
to
for
go
1.
by. So
They're-
it's like
they have
you
a
cannot put
100% rate.
Bayonetta over. As much as I love Bayonetta, and you know I'm the biggest Bayonetta advocate on the planet, but you cannot put Bayonetta over the Resident Evil franchise.
I'm
That's
not-
just it's,
look, what
right
I'm
now
just
you
saying
can't.
is this. Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying franchise per franchise. Like you talk about like heavy hitters, like good franchises. Sega franchise percentage is up there with Capcom, if not better. I don't give a crap about people's personal opinion. It's your personal opinion if you think one's better. I'm just saying they're up there. In my opinion, I think Sega is definitely up. If they actually utilized all their IPs, Capcom utilizes their best IPs, right? We've seen new Resident Evils, we've seen new Street Fighters, we've seen new of their best that they have. We've seen new Monster Hunter. Sega's dumbasses don't utilize all their best IPs. If they
And that's
did,
true. And
then
that's
they'd
true.
be
They
right
don't.
up there, but they don't. Where's Shining Force?
But
If Shining Force,
wait, hold on, wait. OJ, how can you say that? Look at Sonic.
Sonic
How
is
can you
not
say
their
they'll be
best.
right up there? Look at Sonic, man.
Sonic is their most iconic.
Look what
It's not
happened
their
to that
best.
man.
It's not their
Yeah.
But
best.
look what happened to him.
I know.
He was their best.
Sonic.
He
Sonic is
was
not-
their best. And
No.
look what happened to him.
Sonic is no longer their best.
He was.
What?
So
Not
you
anymore.
just can't assume that if they bring these games back, they'll be good.
Shining
You just
Force
can't
would
assume
be
that.
good. If they actually decided to continue with it, it would have been good.
And you can't count Bayonetta because that was made by Platinum Games. That really ain't got nothing to do with Sega.
They own Sega owns without.
They
Sega,
own
they
it, but
know-
Platinum Games did all the work to make them franchises
you
great
need
with
money.
Vanquish, Bayonetta, and Mad World.
You need money. You need money to make these.
But you
IPs.
know what else you need? You need great developers because they got plenty of money
They
to push
own-
Sonic
look,
ass around,
listen.
but he ain't had a good game in decades.
Listen, they also,
so it doesn't matter.
They own
Sonic
Atlas.
Mania was
They
good.
own Atlus too. Okay, so that means they also. We're talking about the publishers. Okay, Capcom is a publisher. They have developers, but Capcom also publishes things as well that other companies do. So we're talking about as a publisher
true.
and what do they own? IPs
And
that they own.
And Sega ain't been doing good at that either. So
Yeah, that's what I agree. I agree. Sega's been doing a horrible job. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about how bad of a job Sega's been doing. Look, listen, they own all of Atlus, so that means they own everything that Atlus owns, Sega owns. So to sit here and say that Sega's not up there when Sega owns
I didn't say
they own Shin Megami Tensei, they own Etrian Odyssey, they own all of these different IPs Sega owns, and these bums making 23 million after the past year, and they own literally all of these different franchises, and these bums can't make more than 23 million.
To be fair, the general public has no idea what half those words even mean. You just said they just know Sonic. You don't see a random person in the street go, "Oh boy, Etrian Odyssey 4 on the 3DS! I can't wait."
Hey, it's still a great. We're not talking about sales.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's general thing. There's Capcom. I think has the games that everyone knows about. Everyone knows Resident Evil. Everyone knows Street Fighter. Like there's the games that everyone knows about, and the games that are big for Sega, it's like not even the games. Like literally, you can survey 30 people right now outside in your neighborhood, and no one's gonna know what Etrian Odyssey is.
And that's fine.
All
I'm trying to say though is that in terms of how good a franchise is and what they have in terms of what gamers think, Sega's right up there, if not past it.
Sega wins regardless because they have Crazy Taxi though. So
Sega is up there, but they do not win. They don't come close to winning because they haven't shown anything in damn near 10 years to be put ahead of Capcom.
I agree
so
with
I can't
you.
Give them that.
They're pretty trash at modernizing and bringing their I'm just talking from how good the game was at that point in time, right? At that point in time, Shining Force, some people said it's better than Fire Emblem. Some people will say it's even better than Fire Emblem what they were doing on Shining Force. That's what I'm trying to say.
I wouldn't go that damn far. It was good. It was good.
I'm telling you, it's there. I'm telling you, I played Shining Force. Shining Force to me, if they kept it going, it definitely could have been as good as Fire Emblem, if not more.
Yeah, Samba de Amigo. Hello.
So who?
Exactly.
I think this Capcom owns that.
Oh, that's that game with the dude who had the maracas, right?
It's the maraca monkey. Yeah. Hey man, listen. Well, I mean, I think like I said it's an interesting discussion. I like Capcom. I just think Capcom, which is funny, but Capcom's better managed than Sega, which is hilarious to say, by the way. It's absolutely hilarious to say.
Well, according to them, they're gonna utilize their franchises now. They've been saying that for 2 years, but we will see.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. It's not end of story because of Monster Hunter. That's not end of story because of Monster Hunter. That's stupid. Okay, Monster Hunter is great, but so is Bayonetta. Bayonetta is amazing too. I like Bayonetta more than I like Monster Hunter. End of story. Bayonetta. End of story. Like, stupid. Like, that's so dumb when people do that. One franchise that I like more than you. End of story. Oh, yeah, I win. You don't win shit. Moving on. Let me read the donations here. Let me read the donations here. VC says Capcom's IP is greater than Sega's IPs. Let me tell you something about VC. VC said that a microtransaction Japanese game that you can't even play on a regular American Switch is better than Fire Emblem Three Houses. Your opinion is no longer valid. You can donate. For your opinion to be valid, you need to donate $100 for your opinion to even be somewhat near valid. So we're just gonna move on from that. Thank you for the dollar donation, though, VC. Shout outs to you, my boy.
Shill essence.
Cortland Robinson donated $5 and says Bayonetta only exists because of Devil May Cry. Y'all think about it.
Oh my God! I wish I would stop saying that.
That doesn't matter at the end of the day.
But I mean, playstyle inspiration for the genre, sure, but I'm sure Bayonetta would have existed without Devil May Cry if there was no Devil May Cry.
But wait a minute, Devil May Cry only exists because of Resident Evil, so
definitely.
Yeah, and Resident Evil only exists because of
zombie movies.
Sure. You could have said anything. I was just letting it open for interpretation.
Sean Diamond donated $1 and says VC is trash. Sega greater than Capcom. OJ, you're the GOAT. Bruh. That's a good comment.
Damn.
I just say, you can't take anybody seriously who says, hey guys, Fire Emblem Three Houses is met. Oh, by the way, let's go play a microtransaction mobile Japanese only game. That's great. You can't take anybody. Sorry. You'll lose all credibility when you do that.
I mean, that's his opinion. He just has the right.
It's not a good opinion.
It's not, but
it's a bad take.
It's a pretty bad take, actually. This man crossed out Fire Emblem Three Houses. No, you can't.
Yeah, like he's played it.
You can't do that. You can't do that and sit here and then say microtransaction Japanese game that I barely understand. Like, nah,
Yeah,
nah, bro, nah.
I wouldn't agree to it. But...
Let's move on to the next topic here. We have Jordan. We're gonna go to Borderlands 3, then we'll talk about the Sonic movie. Jordan, Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
Did something happen this past week?
Yeah, the gameplay reveal event happened on Wednesday, May 1st.
And the game sucks,
Yesterday.
right?
Oh, totally, yeah, because there's too many guns and it's such a slow game. Yeah, it's about as dumb as Ethan R. about every single day he's on one of your streams. The gameplay was showed off. It was incredible. I've already done multiple videos covering it in depth about all the new information that we've learned about the game. And what they had is they had a bunch of streamers and content creators, some of them who I know personally who told me they were going, are I'm really jealous of, that were there, who got to play it. There's a bunch of people streaming it, so we got to see a bunch more footage from that. Certain content creators were able to capture footage the day before and upload it the next day. And it was a really cool event, and we learned a bunch of information. And one of the things that came out of it at the end is the miswording and overreaction of Randy Pitchford yet again. Seriously, he's becoming like who's a problem on Twitter. Sometimes he tweets too much. I'm trying to think of a good example, but it's slipping my mind. But he maybe needs Twitter taken away from him if he's going to be the top dog at Gearbox. He needs to kind of underreact or just shut up and only answer certain questions on Twitter. Because when he said that, yeah, we're going to do the usual stuff that we've done in Borderlands 2. Like large DLC campaigns for the story, which is common. We all knew that. There's probably going to be 4 major DLCs for that. And then cosmetic packs, which they have those. And for Borderlands 2, there's like 20 different 99-cent cosmetic packs that only just add new costumes to the game and stuff like that. So nothing that actually enhances the gameplay or it's a cheat sheet or whatever, which is fine. If it's a cosmetic little thing, doesn't bother anyone. It's optional, doesn't affect the game. Should it be in there? Sure. But whatever, that's not the worst thing that happened in the world. They've done it in the past. But then, of course, he says afterwards, he says no microtransactions as he's talking about all these games in the market today. And then, of course, Game Informer writes a fine article just saying, hey, you said no microtransactions, even though you just said this. Those are technically microtransactions. And when you think about it, 99 cents for a small pack, so that's a small micro transaction you're paying. It's a microtransaction, no other way you look at it. Now, if he said we're still doing microtransactions in that sense, but we're not doing the free-to-play loot boxes or pay-to-win type stuff, that's fine. If he said it like that, but he didn't articulate it like that, which caused him to go on a tirade against Game Informer and one of the lead people at Game Informer, Andy, in these nonstop tweets saying, oh, you effed me. Why would you write these articles about me? Look what you're making the people think on Twitter. And this isn't the first time Randy's done this, 4 times this year already. This is not new. 4 times in the last 2 months, since the reveal of the game. It's fine when he answers people who have questions about Borderlands, like, hey, is there going to be DLC? And he'll reply, yes, we're doing more stuff with like we did in Borderlands 2, except more. Cool. He said that before on Twitter. That's fine. But when he's going on these tirades and replying to people and calling them names and attacking them, and Randy, dude, like, you're whatever good publicity you got yesterday for Borderlands 3, you personally hurt for yourself by letting your emotions and your stubbornness get to you on Twitter, my dude. Like, I get it, you're passionate about it, and this is everything to you and your company right now is Borderlands 3 and pushing the hell out of it. But you can't act this way, especially since you're this person. Like, look at Elon Musk. As soon as he got to Twitter last year and started saying all these random things about, like, oh, he can take out the stock market, this and that. He lost being the head of certain things and got in trouble. Dude, you got to be, you were transparent. But the article, sure, it could be aggravating if you think it's painting you in the wrong light. But there's better ways to go about it, like professionally making a statement on Twitter. Sorry, I misspoke. Here's the clarification. Boom. Literally would not have been a big deal. Everyone knows what you were talking about. We know there's going to be this microtransactions. It's cool, homie. Like, we good. Like, but you need to, I don't know if you need to see a therapist or take some chill pills or like take time away from the computer, hang out with your family, go fishing. I don't know. But your little stressed out from all this Borderlands stuff. You need to take a step back and not lash out on Twitter, and put down your phone every once in a while is how I would put it there. Trust me, I get angry. I want to do tweets all the time about stuff, but I've learned it's not worth it to get aggravated. It's not worth it to say something not nice. Just relax, my dude. It's not that big a deal, but you made it a big deal. And that's it. That's what happened.
Well, let me ask you a question. I think Randy Pitchford, I think, yeah, you're right. I think he needs somebody to handle his Twitter because he went on a tirade yesterday. It was funny.
Oh, I mean, it's hilarious. I love watching like all the videos recapping it, like Young Yeah and stuff like that, who are going over all the tweets and reading all the responses. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But he put out like a final statement that had like 20 parts.
Yeah.
Like it was like
tweets, like multiple tweets.
Yeah, all directed back towards Andy at Game Informer. And every time someone would reply with saying something that was disagreeing with that, he reply, "Look, you see what your article's done to me, Andy? You see how you effed me, Andy?" But he's not even tagging him anymore. He's just replying to these people like, "Look how you effed me, Andy."
Did you see his oh my gosh, like his somebody in one of the responses says like in the F that did you see like the F me whatever, like somebody said, "Oh my gosh, why would somebody, the developer of Alien Colonial Marines, question the marketing strategy for you?" Right? Like, he brought up like, because how they literally lied about Aliens Colonial Marines and they got sued and they lost about that, or they settled out of court, or it was they lost, one of those two, with Aliens. I think it was an Australian court. So, yeah, they misled people and they lied about the marketing when it comes to Alien Colonial Marines. So, obviously, people are going to be very skeptical at times when it comes to Randy about these things. And he did, like you said, he did say no microtransactions, but then, I think right before that, he said, talked about, the gameplay type of thing. So, I guess it was just a whatever, but, yeah, it's not a good look for him or the game. But I don't think the game's going to be affected in that way, so.
No, the only thing that's going to really affect the game is the Epic Store exclusivity, because that's as much excitement as there is out there for the game, and as well as it's going to do, that's been the biggest hindrance online in every comment section about any video talking about Borderlands. Even if you just make a video going, Borderlands is gonna be a game, you're gonna get people saying it would be a game if it would come out on this. I can't wait to play it 6 months later on Steam when it really releases. It's littered with that, and that's gonna be the biggest detriment to the game. Nothing that Randy says right now, unless he says something way off the rails, that's unbelievably bad, what he says is not going to affect the sales. It's only the exclusivity on the store. And I do agree that that's going to hurt the game more than anything, and it sucks. But with this whole Randy situation, I have no beef with Randy. It's just, dude, it's not that serious. This is the most minimal problem that he could have avoided the whole situation by just making a one clarification tweet, and everything would have been fine. That's all it needed. He didn't even have to make the tweet. The Gearbox Twitter account could have went out and tweeted, been like, "Hey, we want to make a clarification on the statement," or something like that. Or he could have done it in an interview that someone could have put out there. Or he could have reached out to Game Informer after seeing that article and be like, "Hey, can I make a clarifying statement to you guys so you can put that on your article?" It's really not that hard. If they need a social media manager like Randy, hit me up. I can help you. I know how to promote the game. I know how to make you not attack people online over dumb things. Hit me up, dude.
Yeah, unfortunate. What do you guys think? Mandy, you have any thoughts on this?
I mean, someone with that much position, you should be aware of how Twitter could be, and when to pick your battles and how to act. So act better.
All right, Baron, have anything to add to that?
Yeah, he's gonna say something stupid. He's already being stupid in the comments.
I got something to add to that. You know what I mean?
All right.
Borderlands is whack.
Why is it?
Yeah,
whack?
just
why,
like your hairline.
Why is it? What? If you're serious, why is it whack? Only if you're serious.
It's just never been that interested to me. I want to give it a chance, though. I want to give it a chance. It's just never been interested to me. It's It's like watching paint dry when Jordan talked about Borderlands. It's like, Lord have mercy, he really loves this franchise, but it's just whack.
What's wrong with it?
Yeah, I mean, if you never played it, you don't understand why I care about it.
It's nothing.
And I like it.
No, I'm saying there's nothing that grasps me as appealing about it.
You don't like having a bazillion guns?
I mean,
you don't like fun writing. You don't like interesting characters. You don't like the multiplayer aspect.
Guns. I mean, it doesn't matter how many guns you got. If you had good guns in your game, that's
there's good guns.
But there's a lot of good guns in the game.
I mean, you're just not going to sell me on just I got a bazillion guns. I'm like, okay.
I mean, there's a lot more. Did you even watch the reveal event of what they showed off?
I watched the reveal. I watched it live.
And there's nothing there that made you go, oh, wow, that looks fun. You just sat there and went, wow, okay, goodbye. Like,
I had more fun watching them struggle to play the stream, honestly. Just being honest.
I mean, they had no issues running this event as opposed to PAX because they had their own equipment this time. Just the event ran smooth.
Last time he was like, I wish we brought our own. I think
and he was serious about that. I was there during the PAX thing. He says next time we'll use our own equipment, and he did this time, and it ran smoothly. Like the event was fine. All the streamers had no problems. I think Boogie accidentally hit a button on the computer that he couldn't get back to the menu, so someone had to come over and help him. That's the only problem I saw during the streamers part of it. But everything ran smoothly at the event. The game, everyone who played it had a great time. All the people online who were covering the footage, like myself, had a good time. We like what we saw. I have nothing bad to say about that. Only Randy's actions. The game itself, that's like me going, what's a game you love, Bear? Name me a game you love.
Game I love?
Yeah, what's a game that you just love? Okay, here, Madden's whack. I mean, you're probably like, yeah, I agree, but I still buy it. All right, what if I said Bayonetta's whack? Bayonetta's whack. It sucks. There's too many combat.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard. Ooh, what was that? It's kind of hard.
I'm sorry.
It's kind of hard for anybody to really hear somebody say Bayonetta's whack.
Bayonetta's whack.
It just rolls off my ears out of the other. Because it just doesn't sound serious.
No, there's people that do say that Bayonetta is trash.
It sounds like a joke.
There are people that do say Bayonetta is a bad game, though. I mean, it's not like there aren't people that say that.
That's like people telling me Legend of Zelda is trash. It's like, okay, in one ear, out the other. But it goes in one ear and out the other. You just ignore that. It's like, okay.
All right, same thing when you say Borderlands is whack because you clearly have no idea what you're talking about.
I didn't say trash. I just said whack.
I said
it just
whack.
doesn't appeal. Like it just doesn't appeal.
Well, you said that you'll give it a shot.
I have to give it a shot though. I'm a fair guy. You know what I mean?
Personally think that Borderlands is actually a really cool franchise. I think it's a lot of fun. I think there's a lot of variety to the gameplay because there's all the different guns. I think they do a good job of it's just like a really cool chill game that you can play. You can collect a bunch of guns and have fun. I like the art style. I don't see what the issue is with Borderlands. I mean, I can get some of the other things some people talk about.
I think the art style is cool. Yeah, it's just that as far as what they showed me, it doesn't make me want to say, oh, I gotta play that. It just doesn't.
Dude, it's really great if you can get a bunch of friends together to actually play. Me and my boys, we used to meet up when the first Borderlands came out. Every Saturday, we'd meet up and play. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's probably one of the best co-op games out there, and that's going to release with slight crossplay. They had mentioned that a certain company is not being friendly about that, meaning Sony.
What company is that?
Sony.
Sony's
the only one who's not playing right now with their crossplay. But right now, between computers and Xbox One, it'll be crossplay.
Here's the thing that I think too. I think Borderlands, if you can get your boys together and play it, it's a lot of fun. It's just tough because back when the first Borderlands came out, I played it in a certain situation that made it a lot more fun to me because I played it with a bunch of my friends. We all lived in the same apartment for college.
Mm-hmm.
It's
so basically, y'all saying Borderlands has that Monster Hunter effect to it. You really can't enjoy Monster Hunter by itself.
No, you can completely enjoy the game by yourself. It's a fantastic single player experience, but if you're playing it with friends, it becomes a lot more fun because there's more things that you can do.
It's a lot more fun. Yeah, it's a lot more, and that's the reason why I was hoping that they would add AI, when you're not playing with your friends, because I don't like anybody and I don't feel to play with anybody. So
Wow.
I don't want to play with anybody, especially like on PS4 and Xbox One. I have no friends on those systems, and I don't want to play with anybody on those systems. And I
See,
don't.
while not adding AI traditionally, like in the game, they do have the new feature where when you're on missions with NPCs, like they showed off with like Lilith, or when they had Claptrap in the first area, or when you meet up with Zero in the later stuff that they showed. Now there's a possibility that if you get knocked, instead of just dying or whatever, or you're trying to shoot a person to come back to life, like they can come revive you, and if they get knocked, you can revive them. And that's going to be a feature kind of like how Halo 5 has it during the campaign of Halo 5. You can play single player, your AI can lift you back up, you can lift your AI friends back up.
I would love if you can be able to like hire, like there's like Dragon's Dogma has like this thing to where like you can hire pawns or whatever. Like that would be really cool if you can like hire one of your friends like when they're not, and like they have like their stats and like they can come and help you out in like in a game, like when they're when they're not playing, because that's what
like you can rent their their online.
You can rent their character or whatever.
That'd be cool.
You pay an amount or something, because like I said, I don't have any friends. I don't want to make any friends on PS4 and Xbox One. Even if you're a friend with me here and I have you on Switch, I don't want to play with you on PS4 and Xbox One. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I don't want to pay for Microsoft's service. I don't want to pay for Sony's service, and I don't want to play on PC. So.
Why not, man? You don't want to pay for that, premium greatness that is PlayStation Plus.
No, because Discord offers everything for free. No, I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay for to have really crappy voice chat with people. No, I don't. And to get stupid messages, to get stupid racist messages from people. I get enough racist messages as it is on my normal social media accounts. I don't need them on PSN and Xbox Live as well. No, I'm good. I've had enough.
You're missing out on them PSN free games, man. With the
I don't need them, but I have too many games that I buy, and I don't need your damn free games either. I'm an adult that has things. I gotta edit. I gotta work. I don't have time to play. Hey, let me try out Halo 3 for the first time. Like the game came out like 12 years ago or something, or 15 years ago. No, I don't care about your games. They can keep them. I already don't play the games that I buy. So the new games that I buy, I got new games chilling.
So basically, you saying when The Last of Us 2 drop in September, you're not gonna play the multiplayer?
No, I didn't play I played The Last of Us 1's multiplayer for like 2 matches, and I was like, that's interesting. And
I was never into that.
I would remember that.
Yeah,
I remember Uncharted's multiplayer.
Yeah, at least Uncharted's multiplayer was somewhat fun.
Yeah.
The Last of Us 1, I was like, this is not even interested in the slightest. Like, I hope they don't put it in the new one.
My bad to the chat. I don't want to give y'all false hope. Last of Us 2 ain't coming out in September.
No, it's gonna be October.
Why don't I want? Somebody asked about PCs. I don't feel like playing on PC either. Bunch of weirdos. I'm good.
But you can play with your other friends who have PC, and you can use Discord still. Oh, true. Lonely Essence.
No, I got the homies here on the channel, but I don't. It's too much work. I ain't trying to boot up Steam and then play this guy. It's just too much. Like to be honest, man, I'd rather just play like if Switch come out, there's a game on Switch or whatever, I play. Like video games to me, like I don't need to be sitting there and like doing all this stuff and like having the headset connected. Like, all right, guys, we're gonna coordinate over here. Like, I don't need to be like I used to do that stuff all the time, and like it's just I'm old. I think as the older you get, the more like the stupidity you want to try to cut out, and that's the type of stuff that I don't feel like doing. Like, I don't feel like being an online commander. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like, I don't feel like doing that stuff no more. I'd rather just like play a game.
Come on, man. It's nothing like, going out Saturday night or whatever, you know what I mean? Doing your thing, coming back a little bit tipsy and logging on, put it on the headset and logging in Call of Duty and just hear all the N-words just fly across the room. It's so entertaining. It's just so entertaining.
That is not something that I find entertaining, or that is not something that I find that I want to do at this point in my life. No. I saw it with SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs, and it was very entertaining back then. And in Call of Duty Modern, the first Call of Duty, and it was like, oh yeah. But at this point in my life, no, it's not very entertaining at all. When I was younger and I was stupid, absolutely, it was very entertaining. But at this point, that's not something that I feel like doing.
I feel you, but ignorance is entertaining to me. So I love listening to people talk on Call of Duty. It's very hilarious.
All right, guys, the enemy is rotating left. Flank me. Let's go.
My favorite is the messages after you beat them. That's my favorite.
That's so funny because like I watch these streamers play like, all right guys, we're gonna go over here, and I'm just like I'm like dying laughing when I watch this. It's like I'm living vicariously through them. I'm like, man, I can do what they're doing, but not actually have to go through all this stupidity for the audience. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't gotta do this when I stream.
It's kind of entertaining when they do that when they're playing like a battle royale when they're playing as a team.
Yeah,
yeah. Like I was watching Maximilian Dude do it with his friends playing the blackout mode in Call of Duty, and they're being very strategic. But I like how in the Borderlands reveal when they were doing the co-op play between the two on stage, showing it off. And they're doing their I hate unrealistic dialogue when people try to show off. Like no one plays games like, all right, yep, I'm gonna cover it this way, I'm gonna throw a tracking dart, I'm gonna go in there. I'm like, this is the most unreal. You know how you play Borderlands? You're like, oh F it, I died. Come revive me, you piece of shit. Like that's how you play. That's how you just talk crap with your friends and you die a lot. Like that's it. You don't okay guys, we're gonna go in, we're gonna go like that's it's so unrealistic, and that part was a little cringy during the presentation. I was like, this audio is awful right now.
Remember the first initial reveal for Destiny or like that E3 where like, all right guys, we're dropping in. How's it going, guys?
Dude, they did the same thing for like all these games, like Division and all that stuff. They're like, hey guys, all right, now we're gonna. Oh, I gotta cover the door. They're flanking from the left. Okay, they're on. No one cares. This ain't real war. No one cares.
That's what I'm saying.
No one's talking like that.
No one's talking like Saving Private Ryan.
You're a bullet sponge. You're not gonna get shot.
I'm gonna say this as a guy who played a lot of Destiny. You're just gonna go out there and shoot. It gets like Saving Private Ryan in Destiny sometimes. When you're playing raids, man, you got to be coordinated. Everybody's got to do their part.
And they effort.
This ain't World of Warcraft.
That's why I stopped playing
I'm pressing one.
I'm pressing people messing up everything.
I can't. It just makes me laugh when I see people do that. I find it funny. That's what I call a good time. Coming back, chilling, and watching people. Hey guys, over here, Commander. I'm like, you guys look like dumbasses, but it's funny. Like I just find it funny when people do it. I'm not gonna do it. It takes too much energy.
It's the same thing as putting on the headset. I still got these messages saved on Xbox Live. If I could just show you the messages of people asses I whooped at Madden, how they messaged me and called me this and that, and you trash, your mama this, your mama that. It's hilarious to me. Or when I play Soul Calibur and somebody gets on the mic when they die and it's like, you know, they just start cursing you out. It's hilarious to me. I enjoy it. It's fun.
Well, that all came from Borderlands. Either way, I'm going to be playing Borderlands. I think it's going to be cool. But yeah, Randy Pitchford needs to chill on his Twitter account.
Yeah, a little bit.
He needs to chill a little bit on his Twitter account.
He needs a vacation. He's a little tense.
I think he needs. Actually, I do think that he needs a vacation. Just don't bring your Just don't bring the USB drive.
Yeah, don't bring a USB and leave it in like Tahiti or something. All right, man?
Yeah. But you know what? We shouldn't also be bringing. Oh, that was a horrible transition. Anyway, hey guys, the Sonic movie.
Oh God!
It got its first trailer, and yeah. Actually, no. Hold up. We got a donation. Matthew Hammond said donated $4.99, and this comment was almost good. The last part was not very good, but the most of it. He said Sonic never transitioned to 3D. Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 2 remake are the only good ones. So Bayonetta is better. Jose did nothing wrong. And I'm not gonna read the last part, but yeah. But
what's the last part?
It's not.
I don't see the message.
It's nothing. The message is gone because it happened 13 minutes ago, so it's disappeared. But thank you, Matthew. I appreciate the $5 donate, the $4.99 donation through Super Chat.
OJ did nothing. I found the message.
That message it's silly. But thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that. But I will say this. You know what else is silly? The Sonic movie. There you go. You know what else? That's the Sonic movie. We got the first trailer, and then the Coolio's people started claiming people's trailers and stuff for
what do y'all people expect?
Oh yeah.
What do you expect?
This is man. There's some nerd, some damn nerd sitting there saying like, oh, well, let me just find every single YouTuber who's talked about the Sonic movie and manually claiming, like who's spending the most like you really manually detecting and claim. How much of a nerd, how much of a loser company are you if you sitting there and there's somebody that has a job of doing, if that's your job? I'm sorry, that is trash. YouTube is trash when it comes to this type of stuff. But anyway, the Sonic movie sucks. Sonic looks like it's gonna suck. The face of Sonic looks all messed up. It's trash right now at this point. That's what people are saying, and apparently they're going to fix it. I have a message that I'm going to read to you guys from the director of the Sonic movie.
Here's what he had to say.
Here's what he had to say on this, and you guys can all trust me. We're gonna all talk about this. This is funny. So let's see. So he says, "Thank you for the support and the criticism. The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design and you want changes. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making this character the best he can be." Jeff Fowler, Paramount Pictures. So there you go. All right, Mandy, thoughts?
They need to redo the movie, not just fix it. I don't know.
Yeah, just scrap the whole thing.
Like it's so bad that like whoever has the job of coordinating is, I don't know if Sonic is a CGI or kind of looks like a puppet, because like see like the ceiling, like this, like I'm like ew. Ew, the thing looks so jank.
Mandy, they have a question. They have a question for you, Mandy.
That's like early 2000 CGI.
Sorry. There's a question for you, Mandy, from the chat or from the donation. They said to D or not to take the D. That is the question. I think that's for you. I think.
To D or not to take the D? I ain't taking no D. Yeah, you got shit. To D or not to D? Hell no, to D.
Okay, that's fine. That's cool, Mandy. You know, I mean, but wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. What if the D comes with the PlayStation 3?
No, that is in the past.
Hold on, I got a question. I got a question. What if the D comes with $1 million?
No, the D has to come with compassion, caring, understanding. They have to be smart. They have to have a decent job and a car. I'm tired of driving, and like that, and then the D. That's it.
So wait a minute, Mandy. If the D worked at Nintendo, that wouldn't work either.
That's a job, so he has a good job, and we click. Then the D, yeah, I guess. Don't be coming without the D.
I mean, Mandy, you got way.
No,
Mandy, you got way higher standards to taking a D than OJ. So.
Wait, I don't get that. That one flew over my head. What are you talking about?
You didn't watch last week, Mandy. Watch it. It's right at the beginning too. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm a bit easier, bro. Man, your standards have increased. I'll tell you that right now. Those are good standards.
Having a job is increased.
No, you said having a job, having a car.
I'm not high school Mandy anymore. I got priorities.
But you got a car though, Mandy.
Yeah, I do. I drive.
So it's just I want
the other person.
What if he has a really good job but takes Ubers everywhere?
Then get a car. I'm sorry. I'm not driving to pick anybody up anymore. I've done that.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. We got to talk now. Hold up.
What?
I'm tired of you women.
What?
Stop looking down upon these men that ain't driving their own automobile. Okay? Some people don't like to drive. Some people are actually scared to drive. But damn it, if the men are trying and they've got their right head on their shoulders and they're trying, driving the vehicle should not be a deciding factor.
It's not the vehicle itself. It's the fact that you're established enough to get the vehicle, get insurance, and like if they're scared of driving, okay, I could, there's different cases. But if you're like not driving because your butt is not going to work and you can't afford stuff when you're like 25, especially in Florida where you have to drive everywhere, then I ain't driving you.
Look, Mandy has standards. Obviously, the Sonic movie doesn't have standards. But, like, Mandy has standards clearly, which is okay. I mean, like, let's just be real.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
There's nothing wrong with what I don't think there's anything wrong with what Mandy said. I have to tend to agree with her. I mean, Mandy has a car. Mandy has insurance. Mandy has a good job. So why wouldn't she expect the same? So
hey, I just think people put too much, focus on the materialistic thing.
No, it depends on the person. Like, if I see they're trying, obviously, and they don't have a car, then obviously I'm not gonna be like, get out of here with your scummy butt.
I love how you answered the question seriously when I was actually joking. That was the funniest. Man,
but like I said,
the question seriously. The question was making fun of me, Mandy. Like the donation of the question was making fun of me.
It was really. She
It
just
was
took
making
it.
fun of me, but I just asked you instead, and you answered it seriously, which was actually funny because then Baron roasted me after that. So, which led to the roast of me, which was actually super funny. All right, so Ethan R donated another $1.99. He says Eggman is fat. Says RGT85.
Yeah, he is. And Jim Carrey ain't. They could have put a fat suit on him.
Oh, come on, hold up. Y'all being too critical, man. I think the only thing that was wrong with this, trust me, I nearly threw my drink at the
Baron, that's crazy
screen
coming from you. Talk about too critical.
No,
with your flat grass.
nearly threw. Listen. I nearly threw my drink when I seen the Sonic trailer. I really did. I don't know who thought it was a great idea to open up the Gangsta's Paradise. There's nothing Gangsta's Paradise about Sonic the fucking Hedgehog. So I don't know I don't know who came up with that.
Let me tell you real quick. Let me just so I can give you some perspective on why Gangsta's Paradise is playing. So here's the thing. It's a throwback to the era of, because this is an origin story, right? Sonic popularity, early 90s, mid 90s. What was Sonic?
OJ.
Was the song? Well, I'm just saying he puts he puts a cassette tape in there. It's basically a play on that's all I'm trying to explain to you, my man.
I know what you're saying, OJ, but do you know how many hits the 90s have?
I know.
Besides Gangsta Paradise?
But Gangsta's Paradise was one of the biggest commercial, mainstream.
Oh my God, there was at least 20 to 30 songs that was bigger than Gangsta's Paradise.
I would have rather had some more of techno dance type vibe for that, because I think it would be more of the nostalgic thing they're trying to play off of. If they were trying to do that, that would have made sense.
No, I didn't say the song choice was good though.
I'm not here.
The song choice was whack.
I'm not here defending.
Perspective. Yeah, that's all.
I'm not here defending Gangsta's Paradise in any way. I don't have the biggest problem within the trailer. To me, it's whatever. Movie trailers, a lot of them suck or choose bad music choices anyway. I'm not saying it's great. I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world. It's whatever. But I do want to bring up a point first before I talk about the trailer itself. Everyone who reacted to it, which was everyone in my damn sub box, literally woke up that day, just every video was a face like this going, or puking, and it's just a picture of Sonic next to him. Listen, guys, for anyone who's complaining, which is a lot of people, there was a lot of big channels that were complaining about this too. Oh, my reaction to a movie trailer was copyright claimed. Oh, no shit. That's literally, it's very rare that when you react to a movie trailer, even though it's fair use, I get the defense, I don't agree with it, but every time you react to a movie trailer, those get claimed. And if it wasn't going to be claimed by the song from Coolio, it was going to be claimed by Paramount for using their footage. It happens with all the movie trailers. It's very rare that doesn't happen. But anyone who did a reaction and got claimed and complained about it, that it's what happens. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you were expecting. Did you want to make a big fuss about it, to get more attention? I don't understand.
I have a question. Is it that they're getting claimed because they don't like the trailer, or because they were watching the trailer?
Even if you loved it, even if you sat there and went, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever seen, I love it, this is the best song choice, Sonic looks great, all that, claimed. It doesn't matter. It's audio-visual content that is already put in the system.
It gets claimed. Not like if you talk
if you
about
show it. Even if you didn't show it on screen, this is how people should have done the reaction to it. Hey, I watched the trailer, let me talk about it.
So
that's how it should be.
Pokemon, where they block you if you react to the trailer.
Yeah, exactly. But if you show it on the screen or play the audio from it, you're getting claimed either one of two ways by Coolio and the team who covers him at Warner Brothers Chapel, I believe, or whatever. Or
so who? How many people have done that? Because I haven't seen too many people complain about it.
I've seen quite a few amount of people on Twitter. There's a good amount of people making the jokes people make a trailer that's bad, so a lot of people react, which means that they can go claim it and make double the profit on what they're going to make on the film. Which is pretty funny. Too. I think those are good tweets. I like those. Those are funny. But there was, I don't want to I'm not here to bash anyone. There was a channel. I'm not going to say the person's name out of respect. I'll tell you privately after. But he has around 500,000. No, Spawnwave does it fine. He just shows pictures. He's smart. He knows what he's doing. There's someone who has about 500,000 subs who has been doing YouTube for a while. They have multiple channels. They're a big personality, and they decided to watch and react to the trailer, and they did. Then it got claimed. So then they go and make an 18-minute video ranting about how they got claimed. And they're saying, you, the audience, wanted me to do this. And I wanted to provide this reaction for you. And then they go and claim it. And I was like, this is the worst take from someone who has a large audience who probably has dealt with copyright claims. If you don't know by now, no, that's... No,
he said 500,000. So.
You can't blame the audience.
No, but like it was one of the worst takes on copyright claims I've ever seen. It's like, no shit. Like, as someone who's big as they are and knows what they're talking about, who's covered copyright claims before, to be surprised and mad that your video about a reaction to a trailer got claimed is one of the worst effing takes I've ever seen in my entire life. It is such a bad take.
I didn't know there was that many people doing it.
100,000 anymore. It's
was it Young-Ye? They're saying Young-Ye.
No, it wasn't. It's not Young-Ye. It's not Young-Ye. He has more than 500,000.
It was Wood from
Young-Ye has more.
No, we need like, who is it?
I'm not trying to put anyone on blast.
Hey
here.
man, y'all stop trying to make Jordan throw people under the bus. But I think
keep on mentioning people. Keep on mentioning.
All right, well, I'll say this. I'm not going to say who it is, but there is someone in the chat who did get it right. There's one person I see who has gotten it right.
All right.
So figure it out for yourself.
Randy Pitchford.
What? Hold up, he said Randy Pitchford.
No, Randy Pitchford. He's bitching about other things.
Hold on one second though. But I didn't know people was doing that. But I do want to say this though, before you start ranting on them people about the videos and stuff. I think people were so upset at how Sonic looked in that trailer that they didn't pay attention to the other details in it. I think
what detail?
I think his voice was pretty well done, even though he looked ugly as hell. His voice is pretty well done. I think Jim Carrey was the perfect actor to cast as Dr. Robotnik or Eggman, whatever you want to call him. He was the perfect actor to cast for that, and
he's the only thing that's saving in the movie, dude.
Yeah, he's the only
reason
thing
that movie looks good.
He's the only reason why I'm sitting here like, should I go see this? But I was like, if I see Sonic on that screen, I might just walk out.
This is 90s Jim Carrey, my boy. Like, this is like primetime Jim Carrey, and the movie that's pulling him out of this retirement slump is goddamn Sonic. But listen, I really hope like he has a good majority screen time. Like, I hope he's not just like, oh, we'll be in there for like 15, 20 minutes as like bit parts when he comes in to do stuff. Well, I really hope that he is like legit in the film a lot.
Well, I doubt that because he's the main villain, so he's going to be on the screen a lot.
Right, but sometimes, like in this case, they'll focus a lot more on Sonic and James Marsden's characters, and then they'll cut back every once in a while to Eggman doing something. I hope they use him a lot more than just these bits where he comes in, says something funny, and then obviously that stinger at the end where he fully looks like Robotnik. That's not going to be in the movie. That's an end credit scene. That's going to be at the end of the film. I can already see that happening now. So don't get excited to see full Eggman in this movie.
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
You can look behind him. He's in a different area. There's giant mushrooms behind him.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Here's the reason why. It's an origin. This is the origin story of Sonic, by the way, guys. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Smash Brothers universe.
OJ, here's the problem with that though. When I watched the trailer, right? Didn't this man throw a ring and create a portal?
He did.
I was like, what the hell is going on?
Okay, so let me explain why Sonic potentially did that. So you guys know sometimes in the Sonic games where you go into like the big ring and it kind of transports you. That's basically they kind of took some liberty with that and put that into there. And there's also those
liberty.
Portals. Yeah.
No, they drugged that shit all the way out.
Yeah, they
really took it out.
They definitely took some. They loosely said like, but there are those huge rings that you go into and it transports you to a different. There is that in the game. So, I mean,
guys who keep spamming me Review Tech USA. It's not Review Tech USA.
Hey, yo, shout out,
guys.
Hey, shout outs to
Rich. I think I know who it is.
Yo, shout outs to Rich. Let's go.
Shout out to the old feud back in the day.
To who? Rich of Review Tech?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
I love everybody. He's not here. He's not.
Just in case he sees.
No, he's not.
Rich has always been a nice dude to me.
He's cool.
No, the trailer itself, it's not the worst trailer I've ever seen. Obviously, it's not a great trailer, but it gives me hope that this movie is either so bad it's fun. I mean, when you have the line, gotta go fast, like in the trailer, like in the way they're doing it, I really hope that they're just going to play up to the memes. That would be the best way to have the movie marketed, is just play it up and ham it up, and that'll be fun. That'll make a fun, bad movie experience. Because look, what people still talk about the Super Mario Bros. Movie. It's bad, but it's really fun to watch with a group of friends and get drunk to, because it's really bad. So this could be that type of movie. I either want this movie to be so bad it's amazing, or so good that it's, wow, that was surprising. If it's just in the middle, you know, if it's just bleh, then no one talks about it, no one cares. They either have to go one way or the other with it. But I liked how it was trending, that people were like, the trailer has one good thing going for it, and that it made people more excited for Detective Pikachu. That was a hilarious thing to see trending. And I'm very excited for that. That comes out in a week from now, which very excited for. But this trailer, it's whatever. His design, whatever. The only thing that's good about it is Jim Carrey. It's the only thing I care about. He's fantastic. This is the Jim Carrey I've been wanting for a while. They're gonna fix Sonic. You know how much? I really want to know how much they're gonna spend on it, because at minimum, this movie's already put in about $150 million into just making the film, and that's on low level base for the CGI that they're using for it. That's just going off base estimates from other movies around that type, but we'll see. Plus how much they're going to spend on marketing, so they could be at a huge net loss if they spend the money to go in. They don't want to pull a Justice League and spend a hell of a lot of money trying to remove a mustache and then having that backfire, and the movie literally makes no profit. So we'll see how much they really change his design. Hold
on, Jordan. Here's the thing, though. I think they understand the potential of how big of a blockbuster the movie can be. If the Sonic...
this ain't a blockbuster. This ain't a blockbuster.
If the Sonic
this
fans
is like a family
really...
rental, my boy. This ain't a blockbuster.
If the Sonic fans really like the way he looked, then that could be huge. Potential. That could be really huge. I think they understand that. Absolutely. You know, I'm not talking about Avengers Endgame 1.5 billion in 4 days. I'm not talking about that.
But if the movie is still bad, if the movie, even if they fix his design, if the movie itself, the full runtime, if the jokes are corny and not fun, if the pacing is bad, if the story is stupid, if that all doesn't work, then it's still a bad movie. We know that already. So the redesign will only help so much of people going to say, yeah, this is great. But if the movie turns out to be absolute shit and not in the fun way where it's like, oh, we should go see, even if it is that way, it's not going to do numbers in theaters. I'm going to be surprised if this movie crosses $400 or $500 million at the box office. Detective Pikachu is going to come out here swinging with a minimum of $800 million to $1.2 billion in its theater run. Sonic is not going to come close to that. There's already too much negative press. There's already too much negative press.
Of course not. But the thing is, either you're going to try to get the people in the door to see the movie, or you're not. Because right now, they ain't going to see it.
I think they should change them. I think that'd be smart, but they also have to look on their budgeting. If they go and double their budget for the movie, if Paramount's like, you know what, screw it, you know, and Paramount's not doing too well. They haven't had too many hits as of recent or too many big things to afford paying for that. But let's say they did. They take that risk. They spend about $300 million making this film, and they only make $500 million. That doesn't cover anything because production, their advertisement budget already doubles the cost of any movie. So they're already taking a loss on this anyway. If they go that route, they're not gonna. To me, it's bad for business that they're gonna do that unless they can do it in a cost efficient way. I think that they should do it and to the best of their abilities, but you know, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. If nothing changes, whatever. If stuff changes, whatever. The film's still probably not going to be good. It's probably still going to be another bad video game movie. I just want to see Jim Carrey regardless. So that's all I care about. I really don't care about Sonic that much. I just want to see Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey did it for free or
No, he definitely did not do it.
No, he definitely did not.
He did it for free.
Unless someone got that dirt on him, like Donkey said in his video. Unless someone got that dirt on him.
No,
he did not do it for free.
The reason why Jim Carrey did this video, Jim Carrey turns down all sorts of stuff, by the way. Just to let you guys, the reason why you guys don't see him because he doesn't need to work ever again in the rest of his life.
He just does his painting and talks all weird and
he just does his painting and talks smack on his
to be rich,
you know, because he's super filthy rich. So there's no reason for Jim Carrey to ever work again, and he's been like that since the 90s, by the way, you know.
He must be
So
bored,
after
though.
Ace Ventura, it was over. He didn't need to ever work again. But anyway, the reason why he's doing this is because he likes Sonic and because he thought it would be cool. He really wanted to do this. Obviously, they're paying him a good amount, but he actually wanted. You can
He
tell.
liked the script for it.
Yeah, he
is
liked
what
the
I
script.
originally heard.
He liked Sonic. He liked it. He grew up in that era. I mean, he knows about that. It was huge in that Ace Ventura, Sonic. I mean, he knows about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why he's doing this. And you can tell from what we've seen from the trailer, it seems like he's actually like he's into it.
He's
like,
trying.
Yeah, he's trying.
He's
trying
bringing
to
back
make
that old performance.
Yeah, he's carrying this film right. And from that trailer, he's carrying this film right now. You know what I'm saying? From that trailer, he's obviously the best actor they got, and it looks like he really did a good job. So, I mean, that's the reason why Jim Carrey's doing this. But obviously, yeah,
If they really want to market it and start selling it a certain way, they got to put Jim Carrey more front and center and be like, and have reviews and use lines that come out and say like, Jim Carrey, like you've never seen him before, like he's back, like this is the best Jim Carrey performance since Bruce Almighty. Like put stuff like that on there to get that hype, because that will get a lot more hype.
What'd you say?
Jim Carrey's not even that good.
Well, at the
incorrect
time,
statement.
he was like the Robert Downey or whatever. Or like there was a time where he was the highest paid best actor.
He could literally do almost anything back then, and it brought a smile to my face and made me laugh. He was committed to any role that he was in. The Ace Ventura movies, like I would love for him to do a third one, because those movies are fantastic. Bruce Almighty,
y'all talking about Ace Ventura, man. Y'all need to put some respect.
Dude, The Mask, bro.
Mask is good.
No, the mask is legendary, but y'all better put some respect.
Oh.
Put some respect on the cable guy.
The cable,
put some respect.
Cable guy is good.
Me, Myself, and Irene. You guys remember that movie?
Me, Myself, and Irene.
Oh my god, that was ridiculous.
Even ones like in like the later 2000s, like Fun with Dick and Jane. Not the best movie, but he's still fantastic in it. But Liar Liar is one of my favorite movies of all time, dude. The Claw. The Claw, dude. Like
Jim Carrey
it's amazing.
He like at this point, obviously he doesn't act like, but back in the 90s to the 2000s,
Dumb and Dumber,
he was no joke, like the best comedy. Like he was the best comedy actor. Period. Like I don't think it was
Truman
close.
Show.
Yeah,
Truman Show is one of the best movies of all time, in my opinion. That movie's amazing.
It was like him.
Me, Myself, and Irene was just ridiculous.
Me, Myself, and Irene was probably my favorite movie from him. Was Me, Myself,
and he
Irene.
can even do serious acting too. You know, like he's had some good serious roles. I think comedians are actually really good serious actors. Like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, incredible film. He was fine in Kick-Ass 2, even though he kind of disavowed the movie because he was on like a whole kick at the time about no violence, even though he did a role that was an extremely violent movie. I like Kick-Ass 2. Wasn't that great compared to the first one, but regardless, like Jim Carrey's a good actor.
It's just that,
and I want to see him back. Dumb and Dumber 2 wasn't great. It was just fun to see him on screen again. I was like, oh, that's nice. You know, it was still fun to watch him in the film. And I'm very excited that this is going to be something that like really brings that back.
The younger kids don't know Jim Carrey as much because he doesn't do, what he used to do. But he's a good actor.
Mr. Popper's Penguins.
So here's a question. Here's a question though. Now, how are y'all confident about this new Super Mario movie that's coming up?
I gotta see it.
If it's all animated, then I'm fine.
I think Nintendo's gonna throw a ton of money at it, and I think it'll be all animated. I agree with that, Jordan.
Yeah. I don't think they shouldn't mix it with the real world like how Detective Pikachu's doing. They shouldn't try to do it like that, because let Detective Pikachu be its own thing and have that be special. Mm-hmm. If they made an animated, all animated Mario movie and Mushroom Kingdom Adventures, whatever they're doing, like that would be amazing. That would be huge, especially if they got the writers Chris Lord and Phil Miller, right? Who done the Lego movies, who done 21 Jump Street, who did Spider-Verse. If they got those people to do the film and let them have a little bit of fun with it and not just make it like strictly like, oh, hey, it has to be like rated G and there can't be any like inside jokes. If they let them have fun with it, like they're doing with the Detective Pikachu movie, then we could have something incredible there.
Well, they already signed a deal, didn't they? They signed a deal with the people that made them other movies with them little minions in it. What's the name of that movie?
They signed a deal with Illumination?
Yeah, Illumination. Yeah, Illumination.
But I don't think that has anything to do with the writers. I mean, Illumination can go out and get those guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know it may be a harder stretch because those guys do a lot more for. I think they bound. Well, they did work with Sony with the 21 Jump Street movies, so I think that it wouldn't be too hard to get them to come in and do that film. Honestly, Illumination, hit or miss, depending on if you like Despicable Me movies or like The Secret Life of Pets or whatever other. stuff they do. Yeah, I like the first one.
All I gotta say right now is that also like the 76ers are giving the Raptors the business right now.
No one
Good
cares.
For that. Good for
No
them.
one cares. Hey! Tell me about tell me about the sports main team again. What's their name?
Sorry guys, it was just
Nobody cares.
I'm just saying.
I care. I live in Delaware. I'm right outside.
Hey, OJ, don't worry about it. We gonna get this sport cast rolling.
Bro, they're just
Who cares about your sports?
I'm
They
just saying,
dribbled the
dude.
ball to the hoop.
This-
They threw a touchdown goal. Who cares? No one cares.
this man, Kawhi Leonard might as well play the game by himself because there ain't nobody helping this man on the court.
Hey man, Kyle Lowry, he just disappears, dog. I don't know what's wrong with this
Kyle
man.
Lowry
This man
literally
is a goat.
This man Toby vanishes into thin air like this man does the damn Toby. Now
You know what else is vanishing? You know what else is vanishing into thin air? The audience right now. You're
I'm
talking
just
about
saying.
sports, my bro.
This man straight up did the ninjutsu, vanishing arts ninjutsu. This man Kyle Lowry doing that Canadian jutsu out there in Toronto, bro. What's going on? Anyway, we'll go ahead and take questions, guys. Let's get some we got some more donations. And we also got some new sponsors as well. Shout outs to Mage from Twitter. That's a re-sponsor. So thank you so much. Welcome back to the Elite Ninjas. Appreciate that. Also, Nicholas Little as well. Thank you so much for the sponsor. Do appreciate that. Once again, you guys can all sponsor, become Elite Ninjas, play Super Smash Brothers. None of the games against the PE Ninja over here if you do sponsor up. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that.
I got a question though.
Let me just get through this real quick. Okay. KR Decade with the $10 donation says, I almost puked watching the Sonic trailer. Thank you, KR Decade. Psycho Pie donated $2 to Super Chat. Says Viacom is notorious for claiming videos. Just saying. Well, it wasn't Viacom this time, but yeah, you're right.
Well, Viacom owns Paramount, so like if it wasn't Coolio who claimed it, Viacom would have claimed it. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't matter what you got claimed for; those are all going to get claimed anyway. And for people complaining about it, I don't understand how you didn't see this happening. It's like you've never seen people react to a movie trailer before. Plus, when you have a high-profile song like that in there. That's like it wasn't twice the amount of time it's going to get claimed.
But okay, I get
it. Doesn't matter. Dude, there's people claimed for half a second.
And like, I know,
Tipster. Tipster. He got claimed for just hold up from Nate Dogg. And hold up for just that. And so like it can happen.
It's
man.
BS. It is
BS. But you can't fight these people. Their lawyers are huge.
You could fight them, and if you fought them, you'd actually win. It's actually going through the process and paying the fees. That's the biggest problem. But no, if you react to a movie trailer or whatever, like you would absolutely win if it went to court because that is literally the definition of fair use. If you're sitting there and reacting, then providing
but no
commentary.
One's going to have the money to fight these lawyers. These lawyers that these companies get are literally they're paid out the ass to make sure that they still win in court no matter what.
If somebody actually had the money
litigation
and fought them, they would actually lose because it's straight up fair use. Like with some of these trailers, it's literally fair use. But let me get through this here. Matthew had another silly donation. He says he donated $2 and says, OJ, what is worse? D Sonic trailer claimed, double D Resident Evil is better than Bayonetta, triple D Baron talking about you liking the D. So, there you go. I don't know which one's worse. Ask Mandy.
All of the above.
And then Avedon also donated $2 through Super Chat and says almost free Super Chat. LOL. So shout outs, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Baron, I know you said you wanted to ask a question. Go ahead. Feel free, my man.
Oh, well, have to ask this on air because, I probably won't get an answer if I ask it, in the DM. So, me, Dr. Trey, and Obi-Wan, we set up this, this little King of the Hill matchup coming up soon for Mortal Kombat 11. I just want to know if OJ, Player Essence, is going to be a part of it.
If I'm going to be a part, I got to practice. To be honest, man, I've got to practice. I have not played Mortal Kombat a lot. So when is this happening?
I have no clue.
Okay. I'm going to get through Dragon's Dogma, and I'm going to try to start practicing Mortal Kombat. So if it happens afterwards, after I'm done with Dragon's Dogma, I'm going to start playing Mortal Kombat more. And then hopefully I can get those two knocked out before, because there's not really anything major coming out in the next, this month. We don't really have anything major that I'm going to really be, take my time on. Not till Super Mario Maker next month. I think Bloodstained Ritual of the Night comes out next month. So I'll be doing so if I can get all that done and start practicing, after I finish Dragon's Dogma, because I'm going to play that game a lot because I like that game.
That was a great trailer they put out for Bloodstained today.
It was absolutely hilarious.
all the comments, and he just goes, "I will show them." And he just goes out there. It's like, yeah, you thought this was it. Look at it now. Look at this.
It
Look at these
looks
upgraded
great,
graphics.
dude. It looks absolutely phenomenal.
That was hilarious. I mean,
wait
with the amount of money they aimed for and how much money they got, shit, that's
great.
dope.
It looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about it is that the game that they made that did not cover the development cost of that game, in my opinion. Like, it just didn't cover it. Like I think they got $4 million for that game. That is not a $4 million game. That is a lot higher budget than $4 million. Like, to do what they did, like all the modes that they have in the game, all the features that they have, that's why they needed a publisher, because there's no way they're going to be able to. Like, people, we paid all this. Like, dude, that ain't nothing for a game. You know, there are pixel art games that cost almost as much as that. That could cost almost as much as that. Like, so.
Yeah, that's all we need is more pixel art games.
Well, I'm just saying, people out here saying, they got so much money. No, they didn't for a video game. And you want, like, what they did, it's much more than that $4 million that they got, because the game has so many features and so many different things. That's why it got delayed so many times, because it wasn't going to live up to people's crazy bloated expectations, you know. So
to answer Victor in the chat, no, I'm not going to see the new Dora the Explorer movie. It looks like trash.
Bro, Dora's looking
Yo, is that actually real?
Yo, she's you may watch your words. The actress is 17.
Is she?
Yeah.
I just said she's looking grown up. What?
No, you said looking, and I was like, oh, OJ, better stop that sentence right there.
I just said she's looking grown up. What? When
looking grown up.
And when she turned 18, by the way.
Oh my God, OJ!
OJ
done turned it. OJ went from King DDD to R. Kelly, man. What is going on?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I just said when she turned 18, bro. I can't ask a question.
Oh my goodness!
Jesus Christ, man!
Hey, OJ, OJ, you might as well say when you say teenage, how old we talking? You might as well say
that. I mean, look, don't you live like where do you live? Alabama? The legal age is like what, 14 there?
I don't live in no damn Alabama.
I don't want to be a part of this conversation.
Don't you ever disrespect me and say I live in some whack ass Alabama? I don't live in no damn Alabama.
Oh my God!
No, it's like 16 or something like that. I don't know, dude. I don't care anyway. I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, Dora's looking grown up. Jesus, I watched Dora the Explorer when not when I was obviously I was older, but like, I have a daughter. She was watching Dora, and Dora just looks very grown up in the movie, in my opinion. She's not a little girl anymore in the movie.
She really doesn't look that grown up in that movie trailer.
They make her look younger. Well, she's 17, you said, right?
Oh man, that's like.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so no, I will not be seeing the new Dora the Explorer movie. And hey, no one react to the trailers. It's owned by Viacom too. So
yeah, I'm not reacting to the Dora because I can't ask. Well, I'm just saying, okay, she's just looking grown up. All of a sudden, you guys got weird intentions over here.
Because we know where that's going.
No, it wasn't going anywhere. It was like she's looking grown up.
Like,
that's
it. Wow, she's paying her bills. Okay.
She's a good actress. What? She did a good job. It looks like she's going to do a good job in the movie.
What in the world?
You guys are one-tracked. You guys are one-tracked weirdos. That's what I'll just say right now.
You can roast me and I'll roast you.
What?
That's back for that D or not D comment.
Look, it's not my fault you answered it truthfully. I've been getting roasted since last week, okay?
OJ's getting roasted to hell this last week, boy.
So I can take it. It's fine. Keep donating. And
take what? What can you take? What can you take?
I can take the roasting pressure, okay?
Oh, okay. I thought you could take something else.
No, I wasn't gonna walk right like literally like you were like hey OJ, walk in this hole right here. Hey, you wanna step in? Nice try. Psycho Pie donated $2 through Super Chat and says, OJ, we know you want that D, but she's 17.
Damn, bro. So the actor is actually 17? Damn.
I guess the D stand for Dora all along.
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh, man.
Anyway, before any other stuff about, let's just not even talk about. We're not even talking about Dora anymore.
She's 17. Y'all acting like, first of all, y'all acting like this is Chris Hansen Dateline. Like it's freaking Dateline.
Hey, OJ.
Listen, you've already taken your seat over there right now.
I'm just saying, y'all acting like it's Dateline. Like, were you here to meet a 12-year-old girl, huh? Have a seat there, buddy. And y'all acting like it's like she 11 years old, and like I was sending explicit text messages to her.
Under 18, bro.
Talking about, hey man,
under 18.
Wait, what are you doing here? Oh, I was just here to
Hey, OJ, just say the line, man. When you say teenage, how old you talk? Just say it real quick.
I ain't saying it. I'm just saying y'all acting like it was Chris Hansen Dateline in the chat over here. Y'all acting like it's serious. Like some of these dudes here. Hey there.
Oh man, I wish I could pull a Chris Hansen picture on the screen right now.
I can do it. I can do it.
Like he that little picture where he peeking through the door.
Like, ew.
Which oh, I can't find the one where he's peeking through the. Oh wait, hold up. I got this one though. I got hold on. We got, for those who don't know, you guys, if you guys ever want to binge watch something, you can watch it on YouTube. It's like, I think it's called like Crime. I don't know what it's.
True Crime Daily.
Yeah, just watch those. Oh my gosh, they are hilarious. I mean, first of all, it's not funny, but it's funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys know what I'm saying? Like, somebody please help me.
It's funny in the aspect. So,
hey,
you know what's funny?
I'm gonna help OJ out on this. No, the situation of the show is not funny.
Yes.
But what made you laugh is the dumb excuses the guys came up with.
Yeah.
So, no, it's hilarious in the fact that, so besides just the True Crime Daily uploads of those videos, there's a bunch of like Prey on Predators, all these different shows that they like personal like people go out and capture like them, like they'll go out and meet them and film them and question these people like why are you out here? And it's so crazy how the same excuse is used so many times. Like these people all talk to each other and have like the same rapture. Oh, this is my first time. I didn't mean to do this. I didn't know I was sending those messages. Oh, I never sent that. Oh, but she said she was home alone. Dude, it is it is a whole crazy world. It's the most bingeable content because you will be baffled. Oh yeah, God, no! Why you wrong for that? No, why'd you add it? That's not even, why'd you add an extra R?
That's But what Jordan said is true, man. If y'all never seen To Catch a Predator, Google that, binge watch all of it. Your mind will be blown. Your mind will be blown. It sometimes you'll bust out laughing, even though it's not a laughable situation whatsoever. It's just like, you can't be this stupid. Like, some people are just literally that stupid that you just laugh at them. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
that's the.
Somebody said if Dora's 17, I'm 17.
No, stop.
Where's your ID? Don't worry, bro. I ain't got it, but I'm 17.
All right, but in OJ's defense, I pulled up a pic of the girl, and she is cute. I'll say that she's cute. I'm just gonna leave it at that. She's cute. I could say somebody's cute.
No. Apparently, you cannot. You can't even ask the age of a girl.
Someone's cute.
Open up.
She
Mandy looks 12.
What'd you say, Mandy?
I'm 24.
Why do you say that about Mandy?
Turning 25 next month, and
So anytime anybody comes up to Mandy and says something, hey, you, hey, have a seat over here. Chris Hansen, that man. Anytime Mandy asks if somebody say something to Mandy.
Wait, what?
He said, I'm calling the FBI right now.
I'm calling the police.
Why?
No, because we said
FBI shut down.
Yo, there's so many people in the chat that are just going to hell for these comments, dude.
I'm not even
all right, we need to change the subject because everybody getting creepy. Somebody talking about if Dora's 17, I'm 17. Look, y'all tripping.
Okay, but let's just real quick though, real quick. We gotta put up a picture of this girl, okay?
Yeah, she's adorable. That's what happened.
No, look, we're just gonna put up one picture of the girl.
Leave Isabel Moner alone, people.
Okay, pull up a picture of the girl. We're gonna compare her to somebody.
But Jordan knew her name right off.
Got a picture.
Here's a picture of the girl that's playing Dora. So I mean, like,
what
picture? You got like, what is this? A picture for ants?
Okay, let me get a better picture.
Here, it's on IMDb.
Pull a picture up, man. Why are you pulling up them little ass images? Pull this picture up.
Okay, let me pull up. Here's the best picture.
My screen?
No, did you get
the right picture?
Here's a really good picture. Here's an HD picture. There's the trailer, HD trailer. There you go.
Don't show her booty.
I'm not sure. What?
You got a really good picture.
That's just her face.
Here's a picture. Here's the picture on IMDb. If they don't even focus, there's the. There's her picture. on
Okay.
IMDb.
Now you got a picture up, right? So now I want you to pull up a picture of Shulk and put it right next to it. Pull up a picture of Shulk and put it right next to it.
Pull up a picture of
Pull up a picture of Shulk right now and put it right next to it.
You don't even got a camera. You don't get to make demands of me, damn it. How dare you come in with your damn wrestler picture and make demands? You don't even got a camera.
Don't be scared. Pull up a picture of Shulk right now and put it next to Dora.
No, I refuse.
Why not? Why not?
And OJ, since I know you want to know so bad, you weirdo. It says on IMDb her birthday's in July and she'll be 18.
There you go.
Oh my god.
There you go.
There.
Now,
we made it. Bro.
Still wrong, but hey,
you know. Okay, let me. No, you know what? Let's just stop it right there.
I think all the incrimination. The best thing to do, just stop talking about.
Yeah, just stop talking about. Just
hey, what else is in the news? Did someone do something stupid this week?
What's it called? Matthew Hammond said something stupid.
Y'all gotta read that super chat, man. Y'all gotta read that super chat.
He said to catch an OJ, the excuse is, but I like D. That's a stupid. That's a stupid. What are you talking about? This dude literally, this man reaching for the sky with some of these super chats.
Well, speaking about birthdays and 18, my birthday is next month, and I'm turning 25. So
big 25. You're on the way. You're on the down here slope here. It's all nothing but negative from here on out, baby. Let's go. You're on the down slope here, man. You better get married. Better get rich. Everything good better happen in these next 5 years, or it's over. No, I'm joking.
OJ, stop telling that. They stop telling that. You know they have the statistics say that women don't hit downhill until they hit 28. So you got to go.
This man Bear was reading the statistics upside down.
No, I seen that. I seen that on a documentary. Women peak at the age of 28.
What documentary was that, bro?
I can't remember the name of it, but they say women peak physically at 28, and then it's downhill from there.
I've been peaked since high school physically. What the heck?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wait a minute. What?
Damn, Mandy.
What do you mean you've been peaked since high school? What the?
That's not the same.
Ever since the PS3 days.
So Mandy. So basically, you telling us your milkshake bring on the.
Whoa! Wait a minute. We're not. Hey. Talk.
No,
I don't know what your definition of peak.
She wasn't called the milkshake. She was called the smoothie back in high school.
We're not talking about the honorable Mandy's milkshakes on this podcast. All right.
Oh my god.
No,
she peaked in high school.
It was the smoothie. All right. It's not
no. We're not talking,
smoothie.
guys. We're not turning this conversation into that. We already got enough people. Mandy already has to deal with that enough. So we're not going to turn the conversation into that.
It's fine, y'all.
No, it's not fine.
Keep saying your stuff.
No. I just wanted clarification. She said she peaked in high school.
You know what she meant. Now let's move on. Okay.
Puberty in high school.
Look, okay. Sometimes men and women they peak at certain ages. All right. Some people go through things faster than other people. That's what she meant. Now let's move on. We have questions. And we'll take the questions if you have them at Player Essence or hashtag Player Essence.
With Mandango? Oh my god. You're savage, man.
Mandango? Or what? He peaked at like he was like.
Don't worry, guys. Anyway, I still love you. I'm still
this chat is wild, man.
If you guys have questions, we've got
please
normal questions on
real
video
questions.
Games.
Get us back. Someone get us back on topic here.
The yellow Kazu? What? When you say my milkshake, girl? I didn't expect that coming from her. Anyways, moving on, guys. If you have questions, we've got answers for you. Hashtag Player Essence at Player Essence. I'll be more than happy to answer.
No one wants to ask a real question.
Nobody. This is what happens when the podcast gets to this way.
Everything went left when you started talking about Dora. So you
gotta do it.
All I said is that she grew up, and then you guys with your insinuation butts, man. All I said is, she grew up. Obviously, you look at Dora. You know, and she's obviously grown up, man. Look, that's all I meant. I didn't mean anything else outside of that. Is that she grew up. Look, this is Dora.
You just thinking a bigger hole, man.
So are you trying to say, OJ? Are you trying to say that Dora's not going to be the only explorer this summer?
Oh my god!
Listen, look, this is Dora as everybody knows her to the right. To the left.
Okay,
that's-
can you pull up show,
Okay,
please?
thanks for having this
Pull up
comparison ready to go. Is this what you showed to Chris Hansen when he sits you down? Look.
There's the picture you sent me.
You're like, look. Let me show you. Let me get the graph out. This was her.
Oh my god.
This is now her.
It's like, yo, look, Chris.
This was the Tinder profile. Okay?
This is the picture she sent me. I didn't know she really looked like that.
Can we start a 3-point turn? Because we need to change the
Oh my
topic.
god, that's funny.
Start a 3-point turn.
That's funny.
Y'all need to
I
back
did not.
it up.
I did
Go
not
for
have
it.
the picture ready. The picture was already up from the other pictures that I already saved. So I just put up a picture saying that she just grew up. Obviously, she's grown up. I ain't
Obvious.
digging a hole. I'm letting you guys know how it is. So anyway, where's the Labo vid? The Labo vid's coming. I'm gonna work on it probably
Oh, you have
tomorrow.
it. Oh man. Yeah, let me know how it is.
It's good. I like it.
You like it?
Yeah. I mean, Breath of the Wild is unplayable. It makes your head hurt. But minigame can have it in Labo. It's pretty good.
It's worth it, like the $40.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a lot of fun with the blaster. I still play it every once in a while.
What,
My girlfriend and my roommates, they all play it.
You got nothing to do there?
Who, me?
Yeah, why you really playing the Labo stuff on your free time?
No, I just what's the name? I check it out. I was gonna do a video about it, but
It's not
Don't
worth it.
say
just doing a
that.
video
You have
about
the Labo right there. You're gonna play it.
yeah, it's all
Don't be
around here.
judging.
You know what I'm saying? I got my
Well,
thing.
there was a good question in the chat.
Where are you guys from? Start with the Caucasian guy.
Wait,
Oh wow.
That's the
I wasn't
next
talking
thing.
about. I wasn't talking about that question. I'm talking about the E3 question.
Oh, that would make
wait,
me
who
laugh.
said that? Who said? Wait,
It is so nice to
Charity
have a
Scott.
girl hit on a guy.
Wait, who was that?
I'm like,
Charity Scott.
said where you guys from? Starting with the Caucasian guy.
Dude, for what, dude, on this
Love my
podcast,
neighbors.
I'm controversial statement. I'm the minority on the podcast right now, but in the best way possible. All right, because I'm always wrong. All right, let me tell you guys where I'm from. I'm from originally from California. You know, saw dudes, but I'm residing on the East Coast in Maryland. That's where I'm
Cool.
from.
Cool.
All right, now that I started, because I'm the Caucasian guy, feel free to take it away. Whoever goes next.
I'm from Delaware, where nothing happens. Tiny little state.
you don't make me.
Cool.
But it's cool. I can go to Philly in like half an hour. It's pretty cool up there.
Cool.
I like Philly.
Yeah, Philly's
Okay.
pretty cool.
OJ, where you from?
I happen to be from Africa.
Oh wow! I wonder what gave that away.
Oh, if in that case, I'm from Europe.
There's no other places in it. It's just from Africa, just the whole continent. You know.
Yeah, I'm from all over Europe. My ancestors were sluts. I'm like German, Polish, Irish, Italian. Like I'm everywhere. You know, I'm all around the board.
I'm Hispanic, Dominican to be exact.
Oh,
They said where you're from, not your ethnicity.
Oh, right now
Yeah, where you
I'm
from?
at Florida.
Mm.
So
I'm at Florida, chilling.
the U.S.
Posted up.
of A. So
Cool.
yeah, there's your question.
this is like all over the map.
And
Why are we
Baron,
so
from
quiet?
Baron, you're from the SmackDown Hotel. Where you from?
I ain't from the SmackDown. Really, I heard that.
Alabama, was it?
No. I am in Atlanta, Georgia, the hottest city in America. Right. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm from. Okay. Home of the Atlanta United MLS champions. That's where I'm from.
Wait, Atlanta? You said?
Hey, if you say that F word, I swear to God. If you say that F word,
I'm just saying, man. I mean, like Atlanta, y'all just have the Heimlich maneuver ready for them chokes coming, bro.
John asked Baron, did you meet 21 Savage?
I saw 21 Savage at least 4 times. See here in Atlanta, seeing celebrities is like.
I mean, that's where all the
it's a normal
films
occurrence.
are shot from Disney
Yeah.
anyway. So
Yeah, they shoot everything here. One night I actually stumbled upon the Avengers set.
By
I didn't even know.
you just walked onto it. so I can look for you in like the back end game.
He was
So
just,
the battle's happening, and you're just sitting there like
he was just,
"Ah!"
he was just chilling next
Body slamming
to,
someone.
Iron Man or something, bro. Hey, who's this?
No. In Infinity War, when they was fighting in the streets, that's actually a main street in Atlanta. So they had it all blocked off, but there's a club that was around the corner from it. So when people got out the club, they try to walk into the parking lot. So usually when people are drunk, they straggle into other areas. So they straggled and walked into the set. But I don't know why they were shooting at 2:00 in the morning anyway. Like it didn't make any
With
sense.
the drunk people in the
So you had drunk people straggling onto the Avengers set. So it's like it was hilarious. It was funny. It was funny to me. So
Nice. What
You had
game
a
will
couple
win
good
E3?
E3, yeah.
I think Nintendo's gonna. Dude, I mean, personally, Animal Crossing. It's like the reveal. Like, I'm excited. If it gets shown off there, it should be. I hope so. Pokemon, I think, will have a pretty good presentation with all their flat grass, so that'll be pretty great.
I bet not
For me, like just like how I was on the Spyro train last year. For me, though, overall, it's still going to be Borderlands. They're going to have a big reveal at E3 for more stuff. They're traveling to a bunch of conventions. They're doing the marketing right for the game. So for me, I think that's still going to. It's going to take something extremely impressive to really booster over those three games in general for me. Pokemon, Animal Crossing, and Borderlands 3. If something new comes out swinging from someone and it's just incredible, I'm good. Oh, there's one other game that is going to be announced that is definitely going to help that. But
Skate 4?
No, totally not. Never said anything about Skate 4 in my life.
Skate 4?
Yeah, no. What do you know what you're talking about? Never heard of it.
I think Sony's going to win E3. I'm pretty sure Sony's going to win E3.
Oh, yeah?
I'm
They already
excited
won.
to see Square Enix, tell you the truth. Even though they're usually
Yo.
really
Final
bad.
Fantasy 16. You gotta get
I'm
that
trying
started.
to see that. No, I'm
Well,
trying to see that
It's a
Avengers
10-year
project.
journey.
Yeah, I'm trying to see the Avengers project. And
Yeah.
I want to know if they're just going to scrap Final Fantasy 7 or if they're actually going to like release the thing.
No,
real.
they can't scrap it. They've already put too much money into that for them to go, you know what? Let's
No.
not make any money back on this.
Well, they did it with the that engine. Well, I mean, I guess they made a little bit of money off of that, but
Luminous Engine or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077. Depends on their showing there for it. I'm already hyped as hell for that, but that's a next year release at this point, and I'll think about that game next year.
yeah,
I'm not ready
Same
to worry about it this year. I'm only focused about the games this year for this year. But Cyberpunk is incredible. Everything I've seen from that is like, yes.
Nier Automata. Like when we got Astral Chain coming out.
Oh yeah, Astral Chain's going to be
What
dope.
Don't say that.
What do you need?
Don't
Nier?
say that. I'm about to throw some hands. Don't be saying that.
I'm just
That's
saying.
my
It's
favorite
like,
game.
I mean, like,
Yo,
hopefully we
show
get a
some
a port of a game that's like what? Hopefully we get a brand new game. Oh, by the way, it's coming August. Like that should be the hype right now. I mean,
What if we
it.
get a
Come on.
port and a brand new game?
Aren't you the
Yeah, that'd
one
be-
wanting the Xenoblade ports?
That's different.
Why?
That's different because I want that.
No, I like Nier. I would like it, but I'm just saying it's like, dude.
Astral Chain's this year,
Astral
and the new
Chain's this
Xenoblade is
year,
probably like
it's
3
new,
years out.
It's
They're
announced.
two different
Like
types
Nier
of
is
games.
like.
So you can love both.
No, I'm not saying that you can't love it. I'm just saying it's like
Xenoblade.
it's
You're
like.
confident
acting
in
like, why
Xenoblade
would you
coming.
want that trash when we
Oh,
have
yeah.
this?
No,
I think
I'm
we'll
not
see a
saying
new
that
Xenoblade,
either. I'm
probably
just saying
Xenoblade
like.
X.
I think we'll see the ports of Xenoblade coming. I
well,
confidently say that.
I want to see a new. Here's the thing: if you said give me an option, yo OJ, what would you like to see? A Xenoblade Chronicles export or or a brand new game? I'd be like, yo, give us the brand new game, even if it's a brand new IP from Monolith Soft. Give us that over a port that I've already played that came out years ago. That's all I'm trying to say. It's like
But
that's
we're
cool.
getting that port, bro.
I mean, I know we're gonna, but it's cool. But it's like I'm not gonna be looking forward, like, oh, E3 looking forward to announcing a port. That's like, bro, you do that on Twitter at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like a Twitter thing.
No,
at
yeah,
this
yeah.
point.
At E3, absolutely, yeah. No.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah.
E3 is like new, and now it's not like we get to play a game that we played
Spyro
2
for
years ago. Those are
Switch.
great. But Dragon's Dogma was like announced on Twitter, right? Like we don't need like ports taking up slots for like stuff like E3. I mean, in my opinion, like I said, I'm not. I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong. I want ports, bring them on. But like when it comes to E3, it's like, yo, what's new? What's new and popping? What's not, oh, let's look forward to a port that's probably going to run a lot worse than what we got 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I'm trying to say. That's it.
For the
yeah,
people
you
saying
gotta look.
Spyro, like it's
You
coming.
gotta look. You gotta look at that new stuff, man. I can't wait to see Gears 5. I can't wait. I'm ready to see that. I'm ready to see my boo Bayonetta 3 take over E3 completely because
You think they'll
nothing's
show
going to top
footage?
her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know if
definitely.
they'll take over E3.
Definitely, definitely they're gonna see footage. Definitely, hands down.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. Is what I'll say. I feel like if they don't, we're gonna see it in the September-ish. Whenever they do their next Nintendo Direct like that in that time of the year.
They're gonna show. I fully believe that this other game they're teasing, I think will also be on Switch. I don't think it'll be an exclusive game, but I think it'll be on Switch as well because they keep teasing this unannounced game. I don't know what the hell it is, but
Platinum, their new game.
Yeah, they keep teasing that
the
game,
secret robot hand game.
Robot.
Well, that's retro, right?
Oh,
With the robot hand.
Yeah,
that'll be interesting.
I would say Metro Prime 4, but we know we're not gonna see that. That's not happening. Nintendo always has some kind of secret or something you unannounced, so I don't know what that could be at this point because we know it's Pokemon, we know we get Animal Crossing, we know we get Astro Chain, we know we get Luigi's Mansion 3.
It's obviously Scalebound.
So
is it Scalebound?
If that becomes true, bro.
No, I honestly think that the game they're reviving, I'm really holding out for Mega Man Legends 3. Is what I'm thinking.
Mega Man Dead
man,
3?
really?
Mega Man did that. I think that's
out of all games you want Mega Man. Nah, I'll take Scalebound.
It's not that I want Mega Man Legends. It's that I think it's going to be Mega Man Legends. I think
from who again?
With from Capcom.
Oh.
Nah.
I don't know, man. I feel like they're trying to push back into Mega Man. I've been seeing some rumblings about Mega Man X coming back.
Yeah, they did talk about potentially like a new Mega Man X.
Yeah, Mega Man 11. So maybe they'll bring that back. That'll be cool. Nice little experience.
Controversial statement: mainline Mega Man games are boring.
Are they?
Woo, Lord.
I mean, I'm not a big
Legends.
fan
I'll
of
take
Mega Man
Legends
games.
all day.
I like Legends and I like Battle Network.
Dude, Battle Networks were my shit, dude. I cannot stand
so
standard Mega Man games.
Legends, those games are ridiculous.
I'm never into. I don't like them for some reason.
Controls are trash.
So
I'll take Legends 3.
What if we get a surprise, like something returns that we didn't think it was going to return? Something like
Chameleon
Sun.
Twist.
Jordan, stop talking about that game.
Yo,
No,
Wendy's,
I will
go.
not stop until we get Chameleon Twist 3.
I had
okay?
Wendy's today too. It was
What
good.
is that?
Oh, you like Wendy's, OJ?
Yeah, I had some nugs while we were talking earlier.
You had them Wendy's nasty ass nuggets.
Those nuggets are good. What are you talking about?
They're good,
bro?
Baron, and
that
it's
4 for 4?
11 o'clock, man. You know what I'm saying, dude? We got to eat.
Nah, man. Ugh.
What nugget? They're better than way better
what
than
those
McDonald's.
nuggets are made out of? Ugh.
Wendy's nuggets are not better than McDonald's nuggets.
Oh,
Don't you ever
they
say
totally
dumb shit
are.
like that. Don't you ever say some dumb shit like that.
That is,
Jordan.
dude. McDonald's nuggets are trash. I don't care.
Go back to
McDonald's
talking
are
about
trash.
Dora at this point.
No,
That's just
McDonald's
a false
nuggets
statement.
are trash.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna put it to you like this: if you prefer anything at McDonald's over any type of food, something's wrong.
I'm just saying.
Because
There's
McDonald's
no
is
better comfort food than a McChicken or some McNuggets, dude.
McNuggets
oh my
taste
god,
like
McDonald's
McTrash.
food is so trash.
The majority of it is. But their nuggets are manufactured to taste good, and they are. I don't care how gross they are.
Manufactured to be overrated.
They're not better than. There's no other one that's better than McDonald's nuggets.
I disagree.
Out of a fast food chain.
I disagree, sir.
They are made to be the best.
The breading on the chicken, the Wendy's chicken nuggets are just a lot. They taste better and more full than McDonald's. McDonald's taste processy. It does
You
not
bite
taste
into McDonald's and it's like half full with chicken.
It's not even like there's not even like any bread on like the top. It just feels like weird skin on the top of their nuggets. Like it's just I don't know, man.
It has that special touch to it, man.
Chick-fil-A is the truth, though.
Oh my god, are we talking about food?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Let's get back on topic. What were we talking about?
McDonald's
Mega
versus
Man
Wendy's.
Legends? How it's going to be the hottest game released this year?
Hottest?
I don't know, releasing this year.
Yeah, probably not, but I think that would be cool.
I would
Why,
like to
Baron?
see
What would
that
you like to
return.
see come back?
Man, I don't care. I just want Bayonetta 3 this year. It's coming October. There's room for games in October.
No, it's coming January, Baron. Relax.
February.
I think it'll be.
Oh, you're gonna
I think
move
it'll
back.
be
You're gonna
March.
move back Bayonetta to February now.
March.
Yeah, I think it'll be their March game.
I think January or March, two good times. I feel like they're gonna reserve a cuter game for March because they always save that time for Kirby,
April.
Yoshi.
What do they have
Let's,
cute left?
They'll figure it out.
They have
Bayonetta, not a cute game.
well, Bayonetta Q.
That's a very steamy game.
Bayonetta Q.
Q.
There you go. Bayonetta Q coming exclusively to the 3DS.
Ugh.
New Nintendo 3DS. Actually, you got to get them graphics, bro. No PlayStation at this year's E3. How? No, there's gonna be PlayStation. Who said that?
Yeah, they're gonna do that. What is that thing called? I already forgot about it.
State of Play.
Yeah,
They're not officially announced for E3, but we gotta wait.
Pikmin would be a good game for their March game next year.
Pikmin, maybe Pikmin 3 and maybe a port or something like that. Or
but why didn't you just get a new game? Why does it gotta be port?
I'm just saying.
Why does it gotta be port? Why not Pikmin 4?
Because we already know that by the time Switch is done, it's going to have every Wii U game on there.
Miyamoto's going to come out at the very end and just say, now you guys get Pikmin 4 on the next system. Switch 2 exclusive. Let's go. New Nintendo Switch exclusive. XL. New Nintendo Switch XL. I think we've exhausted all of our questions here. At this point, people are just putting out random stuff.
I'm exhausted.
Mandy's exhausted. All right.
And hungry.
And you're hungry. I'm hungry too, kind of. I got to work tonight, though. I got to work and then I got to go to sleep. All right, guys. That wraps it up for this one here. We've talked about a bunch of stuff that we probably shouldn't have.
No.
So we're gonna go around to the outros. Baron, where can they find you?
Oh, you gonna go to me first?
Sure.
Okay.
Switch it up. Keep you on your toes.
Yeah. So, my outro, right?
Just where can they find you, Baron?
Oh, y'all can find me on Twitter. You know, it's the Emperor. You know what I mean? You can find me on YouTube. You know what I mean? It's the Emperor Baron Black on YouTube. You know, follow me if you want to be part of the No Flat Grass campaign in 2019. You know, No Flat Grass gang, stand up.
You know what I mean?
I'm excited for Bayonetta 3 shutting down E3 and releasing this year. You know what I mean? I'm ready to see that.
Jesus Christ.
I'm ready to see my Gears of War 5. I'm ready to see more Microsoft franchises on Nintendo Switch. I'm holding I guess Forza already got leaked. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be one of them. But yeah, y'all know where to find me, man. And I always stay on top of my game, you know what I mean? I always choose the A option, not the D.
All right then. So Mandy, where can they find you?
You can find me on my channel at Mandy Lee Plays. I do videos and live streams. I'm currently live streaming Final Fantasy X. So yeah, join us.
All right.
Why do you have that awkward smile all the time? I feel like you're doing something in the background, like sabotaging or put in like Chungus or DD or something. All right, but that's where you can find me, and yeah.
I'm sorry, Gunslinger says that some of the stuff that we talked about was messed up and childish. I mean, that's kind of how this podcast is, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't offensive.
It's a silly. We don't try to take it too seriously at the podcast here, so I mean that's just gonna happen. So yeah. Otherwise, it'd just be like every other podcast, right?
Yeah. Why would you want to watch? A group of people just sitting here like, hey, Bayonetta's coming. It's gonna be a game. Hey, a lot of people got claimed for the Sonic trailer. Isn't that crazy? Hey, you want to talk about Borderlands 3, OJ?
Jordan, why are you doing that like ASMR voice?
Oh no, because it puts you to sleep.
Okay.
It's not entertaining. It's not exciting. Yeah. If you're not talking with enthusiasm, if you're not cracking jokes, it's not entertaining. You have entertainment value. Some people like the quiet, not excitement stuff, but I feel the majority want a little spice in their life. So I try to offer a little bit of that spice on your bland ass food because y'all know how to cook.
We try to offer, guys. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, we could all be boring if we wanted to, but we try to offer a little bit more on the podcast. A lot of the jokes and stuff kind of go. Obviously, the channel, I try to keep things a little bit more tame. But when the guys and the fellas and Mandy comes on, we like to have a little bit of fun. Like to spice it up.
The boys are back in town.
Yeah, let's spice it up a little. Otherwise, it'd be boring. Like if you go back and watch the first episodes, they were pretty boring compared to what we're kind of doing now. So I mean, I think it's better this way. So my bad, Gunslinger. Sorry about that, man. If you felt that it was a little childish or unnecessary. But like I said, that's kind of how the tone is, like, for the podcast, and stuff like that. I mean, if you watch like my normal PE live streams, obviously I get silly at times too, just because like it's like whatever, it's just gaming,
And you talked about food last night for like a solid 15 minutes.
We did, but yeah, we like to have a little bit of fun here. We want to be a little bit different. We don't want to necessarily be 100% politically correct at times. So that's how it is. We didn't mean to offend anybody though. If somebody was offended. The Dora girl is turning 18 very soon here, so I mean,
Jesus Christ, stop! Stop
You
it!
still trying to damage control for that?
That's not damage control. That's harming.
Good God, bro! Jesus Christ! And we done went past. We done went past it already. You keep going back to it.
Follows her on Twitter. Waits till the day, then slides in the DMs on her birthday. Hey, happy birthday!
I had to. I was setting up all podcasts to go back to it at the very end. I had to. All right. So
No.
Tether, where can they find you, my boy? Where can they find you?
You guys can find me right here on YouTube or on Twitter, both at Tether Gaming. We do gaming analysis, live streams on Saturday nights, and I'm actually starting to do E3 videos. Just did my first one yesterday talking about what to expect from Microsoft over the week of E3. So definitely go check that out if you're as hyped for E3 as I am. That's it. I'll put a link in the chat.
Yeah, put a link in the chat. Also, did we go over Mandy? Did we already get you?
Yes, sure.
Yeah. You
Sorry.
can link me on my.
I didn't see you link your channel though.
Oh, okay. I'll link it. Hold on.
Link your channel. Jordan, where can they find you, my man?
My name is Jordan. You can find me on the internet chilling at Jordan Fringe. I make content right now. I'm doing a lot of Borderlands stuff because that's in the news, and I'm hyped as shit for that. We got Animal Crossing and Pokemon still stuff coming for the channel. Some more Spyro stuff in the future when it comes to the Switch. So don't worry, guys. It's coming. And I'm working on some big projects that I can't talk about yet that are going to be life-altering. So when those are talked... No, I have never... So this is a big deal, what I've been working on with someone in the background. So something is coming in the next month or so. And when it's ready, I'll talk about that. You can find me on Twitter, JordanFringe94. I also stream Twitch, Jordan Fringe.
Jordan?
I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
I have a question. If you get a lot of subs from this, can I be included in this thing at some point? Like, can I be like slipped in the back once you guys have the success and like kind of like how I like ride off the coattails of Spawn Wave whenever I'm on the Spawn cast and get like 10 new subs? Can I be like just like, hey, can y'all throw me a bone over here every now and then? Like, is that okay?
No, don't worry. I mean, hey, homies eat, right?
Okay.
So.
All right,
yeah,
sounds good. I can't wait. I can't wait for it then, Jordan.
Yeah, I'll talk about it when there's more info on it. But yeah,
can't wait. I can't wait. This is like when this podcast. Well, I'm like, man, this is a pretty good podcast. I didn't know if I was gonna do it more than a week. It's a pretty damn good podcast. I'll tell you that, buddy. Okay. Shout outs to everybody here. Thank you so much for joining. I was just joking. Whenever John asked me to be on, regardless of it, because John's cool, so I always went on there, regardless, whenever he asked me to. Before it even,
he's the homie.
Yeah, he's the homie. He was the homie, like even back when he had like 1,000 subs. He was the homie. So, all right, guys, that wraps it up for this one here. Don't take anything we said seriously. I'm dead serious about that. Don't take a single thing that was said tonight seriously. For the love of God, do not do that, please.
Yeah, the thing he's referring to is Mega Man Legends 3.
Oh, come on, man. Good. Coleco Twist or whatever it is.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys, take it easy. We'll see you guys for the next one. Peace. Everybody say bye.
Later.
Goodbye. Get out of here. Go home. Can't stay here.